I'm telling you, quarterbacks, you get all the good looking women. What a beautiful woman. Wow, AJ's doing some things right down. So if you're a youngster in Alabama, start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with Pop.
Hey, who give up yards? We do. Who missed tackles? We do. Who let tight ends run free? That's us. Third and long? Still first down. Every time. Who can't stop a screen?
30% from the 3. You know what they got? They some dogs. You know why? Because right now we got Memphis shooting 35% from the field, 17% from the 3. See, when you're struggling,
that was a violation too. I'm gonna hand out a ticket on that.
When you have defenders anchored by Draymond Green, one of the best they ever do.
Go Bulldogs!
Yeah, Bulldogs.
Wow. Not so fast, midget. Not so fast.
Midget.
Yeah, little guy. Hey, not so fast. I go with Harvard. What's the matter?
Oh. What do you think? You ready?
Oh, yeah, I last time.
I'm like, bro, Cowboys supposed to be playing tonight. What the fuck is going on? I got my hat on. I got my jersey on. I got my forces on. I got my swag on. I done prayed to my Jesus. Everything, won't it?
Okay, but listen, I still beat both of y'all. I know that.
I mean, well, damn. Nobody wanted Jada was trying to win the thing. You talking about you could. So all these people that filled out bracket, you just trying to beat me and Joe, huh?
That's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters.
Okay.
Hey, matter of fact, hold on.
What this man got now? He done got him a crowd or something, Joe. Nah. And still. Hey, man, you gotta chill, bro. Look at this.
What we talking about? And still, huh? Hey, I'm not worried about. Listen, I'm not worried about nobody else's bracket. Hey, Joe. I'm not worried about nobody else's bracket except y'all. I beat y'all too. That's all that matters.
Yeah, me too, Jack. Me too, buddy. Me too.
I just don't condone the bashing of Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys and have.
He has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up, and I'm going to beat it for him because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works, and I know who he is as a person, and that's all I have to say to address.
We just won. What was the score? 31-14. Stephen A. Watch him out.
And I had to go back and replay this because what the is she crying for, boy? Bitch must have bet her soul on this game. Then watch this next white lady come up. Boy, she act like somebody killed a pet.
Because I be saying so much about it, especially like on our team, and people love to blame the player so much. They be like, "Oh, he's just not what he thought he could be." And in my head, I want to tweet out so bad is when are we going to stop saying it's players instead of saying or it's coaching or scheme? Like, why don't the scheme ever suck? Why don't the coaching ever suck? Like, people don't realize that, bro. There be a lot of like, BS that be going into this league, like that people don't realize. Like, you think I want to be doing the BS? They telling me I got to do it. Like.
This is what Travis Kelce did. This is what he did. That's Young Jock.
He did Soldier Boy.
This is Soldier Boy. This is Crank That. This is how you crank that, okay? This is Crank That. This is Young Jock. This is Young Jock, Rena. This is Young Jock.
Travis Kelce did Crank That.
This is Crank That. It's not the same thing. Are you stupid?
Taylor Swift still put him on the map, though.
He's an 8-time Pro Bowler, Rena.
This can't be happening right now. Every freaking Lock of Washington. Stupid Redskins. I can't take this Lions team anymore.
Yay! Yeah, boy. Yeah.
No, Doc, that's the wrong one, Doc.
You gonna say we hit somebody?
Huh?
Ooh.
You ain't want some drill,
What that mom gonna say? Ooh, my baby.
Are you in this game? Let him handle it. Let him handle it, damn it. Let him handle it. Let him handle it. Oh, you shut the fuck up and let him handle it. Don't tell me nothing. You understand? Get shit off the fucking sideline. Push it on my. You don't push it on my damn.
All right, tell the camera what you think about life. Like, what? How do you see life?
Sucks, but I'm playing football right now, so.
Some of your athletes, stoners of all time, the best athletes, stoners of all time. Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin.
Look, you got a cowboy jersey.
I know you lying. You throw that away. See? I'm all right. Good job.
Oh my. Oh.
What the?
Just enough time to get down your fiddle, get down your bow. They hardly beat Saban. Apparently can't beat DeVoe. We're back after this.
Hey, roll tide? Roll tide. How about? Whoa, go!
Needed some time to get going, and here comes the. Oh! We almost lost one.
You got another game. You got another game, man. Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts for $15. Brother Chris, it's all about Jalen Hurts because he got a black queen forever, snow bunny never. I like Patrick Mahomes, but he's bunny hopping. I'm going with number one. I'm going with Jalen Hurts. Fly, RBG, Eagles fly. I said fly, RBG, Eagles fly.
If we're ever going to be there, but, you know, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there, so... Yeah. We here.
We here. Demarcus Lawrence, welcome to the Seahawks. Thanks for joining us.
Say the Dallas Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Are you smoking dope? You got to be.
I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious. I'm not. Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
All I'm saying is the camera show.
I'm just telling you right now what I do every single week. Every single week. I put my freaking heart and soul into this. I study my off. I don't go out there and laugh. It's not funny. It's not fun. Nothing's funny to me. I don't want to go out there and get embarrassed on Monday Night Football in front of everybody.
That's why I'm asking you what.
I'm telling you right now. So we're talking. Deuce and I are talking.
What was the context?
I'm done. Sorry. I'm not doing it.
Oh, shit. It's a good sound clip for the season.
I look at the computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
I got kickers. I got a big, thick boy kicker. I think it's 61 yards. Let's see if you get it, boy. Yep, 61. Going for you. SEC. Let's go. Make it good. It's good. The kick is good. You're kicking. Holy cow. Oh, go wild in that place. Go wild. Oh my gosh. That is wow. Man, I like that thick boy kicker. I want him.
I know you saw the game earlier with Cowboys. I just wanted to stop by on my way home. Complete blowout. Yeah, you're in Cowboys Nation. I don't think you know where you're at. America's team, baby. You're in Cowboys country now. All right? I know where you came from. It's Cowboys country over here. So you saw that? You saw it today. Man, woo. What can I say? Hey, we did that in our home. It's our home game. Now we're in front of your home. Check this out. Yeah, go Cowboys, baby.
My little snow bunny be getting active too, man. So, you know what I mean? I know he be doing this thing. That's your nickname? That's your nickname? You call him look at your face was like, what the?
Little snow bunny.
You don't call him C-Mac. You call him
no,
little snow bunny. I call my, that's my little snow bunny cuz, man. He be doing this thing. And
okay.
What?
The Jets traded Sauce today.
To where? To where?
No, it's okay.
I don't get that. It's like a good rivalry jersey.
It's okay. I'll get you a different one. He went to Indianapolis, and they also traded Quinn Williams.
I played second deal.
He did, but so did Sauce.
No, I don't like the Jets. That did Quincy Williams.
No, Quincy's still there.
Of course I'm taking all the Jets stuff out.
No, it's fine. Quinn Williams on the Cowboys. Sauce went to the Colts. It's okay.
I want the Colts now.
Guess what? We got.
I'm big. Yeah.
Bro, y'all need help, bro. Who's on it?
What keep you motivated though? Because like people like you don't ever get tired.
Tired of what? Winning?
Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the time. Roll! Time! Roll!
The MVP front runner. If anybody else got to say something different about that, then come see me. I'm right here in Beemore outside the bank. If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo. Lamar Jackson in the flesh.
All right, so why do you continually try to get me to say something that doesn't respect one of them? I'm not going to, so quit asking.
You all right? Why? Nick Saban retiring? Huh? Nick Saban retiring? What? It's on ESPN. Oh, no.
I don't know. I just throw the ball on the ground. Coach say, hit ball, see ball. I throw the ball on the ground. I get it up. Every minute game, baby. Every minute game. Thanks to the team, though. Thanks for the team. Thanks for the team. Remember that. Thanks for the team. They got it about me.
Are you allowed to date other members of the team, or do you have to wait till the season is over?
What? No, there's nobody on the team like that. No.
So you must realize that you have many, many fans out in Austria. They see you and they just would do anything to kind of spend a night with you. What do you say to those guys?
I'm not gay, so I'm not going to spend any night with any guy. So
do you have a message to Austria's gay community?
Yeah, I'm not gay, so don't come looking for me.
If you head to the Rants YouTube channel, you can get a really good look at what that...
I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm tired of this. It's been 7 years of the same shit. Tired of this shit.
Guys, and press it out. Reach the arms up. Puff your chest. Arch the upper back. Look back. Good. And bring it up.
Take a few more here for Lamar. Mike Jones? Lamar, there was that point in the season where you guys lost 3 straight, 4 or 5.
Mike Jones, that's me. Mike Jones, that's me right now. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right.
You a cat or a dog guy?
Neither.
Really? Do you have any pets?
I have a dog, but I don't.
But you're just not a cat.
It's technically not. It's not my dog, but it's my dog.
Yeah. All right. So you're more of a dog guy than a cat guy.
No.
Are you just not a pet guy?
I don't like pets.
I'm with you, Devontae. What the heck? He doesn't like pets either.
We're on the same page.
Why? Why don't you like pets?
They're a nuisance. Yeah, I just don't. It's just sloppy.
They're sloppy.
Yeah.
Some dogs are sloppy. Some dogs don't slobber, and they're not sloppy at all.
No, all dogs are
You just need to meet the right dog, Devontae.
Yep. Hey man, how's it going? Are you Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so someone called in reference to your Facebook post.
The eagle floss, man.
I know. So
I'm fine. The eagle floss and the dogs are barking.
I got you. You don't plan on hurting yourself?
No, the fucking Jalen Hurts threw 3 goddamn. Turn the ball over 6 times, man.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. I appreciate it. All right. Take it easy.
Are you going to school tomorrow?
I don't know.
Is he going to school tomorrow?
No, he ain't making it.
What do you get out of competition with the defense? Can I say something about your outfit, though? You got a lot of bananas on. I would not put on that many bananas on you. You must be a banana guy, I'm assuming, right?
Ask him where you buy from.
You really want to know? Yeah. No, you didn't.
Did you know that people shot there?
No, I didn't actually. Hey, man, if you like it, I love it, brother.
That's a bruise. It ain't just no sword, it's a bruise. We're gonna aggravate with the gun. I graduated exercise science. I'm gonna listen. Damn. You can your ass out, you can block. No, you can your ass out. We can block. Blocking the date. I'm not blocking.
They're both seeing the same thing in the courtroom. What's these guys?
Oh, Your Honor.
Yeah. Look at little two. Just egging him on. He's mocking his argument.
I've been to Charlotte twice. I've been to Raleigh. I've been to Raleigh twice. Raleigh.
Okay. Close enough.
That's how you say it? How you say it again? You for real? But it's spelled R-A-L-E-I-G-H.
Raleigh.
That's Raleigh.
Close enough. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she was nice too, huh?
You're just looking at the Kansas sideline. Right there. That's inappropriate. Now the slant to Williams, and he spins his way into the end zone.
I'm going to go to Cancun like everybody said me to do, and I'm going to enjoy myself because I have nothing else to do, so take myself there.
Hey, here we go. Buddy, what is it? Hey, Turbo, hey, kid. Buddy, what is it?
I knew how important this was for our team. Our team too. I knew how.
Come on, man. Run the ball. Come on.
We promise we won't let you get sacked no more. So sorry that we got you hurt.
Joe Burrow, Heisman Trophy winner. Does this look like a Heisman Trophy winner?
It does. Show it to him.
Joey Roddy, what would you tell this kid right now?
Looks like a national champion.
That's the dog mentality. This is highway fucking robbery. Man, I'm trying to get some of this guy back. How you think I wanted to tell him that I put the wrong guys in here? They get a refund?
Where we at? Back at the crib, yeah.
I am from Florida, bro. I am not supposed to be in this right here. But the gas station trying to get gas. But what in the world? Take me back home, man. It's right. I love y'all. I love playing with life. I need to go down. You're late.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Oh. Well, that was the Miller. Watch this, Jordan.
Just now wins.
Damn.
What the?
Duh, he bought that line.
I've never seen
quick.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. I see Reggie Bush.
I
mean, it's obvious. I mean, we're so far past that, to be honest with you, but that's obvious. I mean, you just want to piss me off going into this week.
And roll tide. Thank you. Roll tide. Roll tide. That's what. Roll tide. Roll tide.
I hate Tennessee because first of all, it's Tennessee. And I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches. And I hate Philip Homer. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. Like, I hate Neyland Stadium. Looks like a garbage truck, working convention. And I hate all the quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man. It reminds me, it's not that orange you can see. I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. Tennessee's colors is that throw orange. It's not that orange you can sit with. It's that puke inside of pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they lose. They sore losers because they're not Alabama. And I hate Tennessee, man.
Thank you, man.
I can't stress that enough. I hate them.
I mean, his ability to just escape and make plays on the run, I mean, it's just outstanding what I've seen. And just the defensive side of it as well. They're definitely going to be a concern for me going forward if Alabama doesn't get their offensive line straightened out. Chelsea, that's a great point, because if you look at Alabama's
60 seconds, right?
I can't wait to get paid again.
Oh, baby. You know what? I'm still happy.
Oh, there it is, buddy.
What is up, Touchdown Tribe? We are back at it again, and let's see what's on my show play call list for today. So, going to open up with a motivational video. Going to remember to do the national anthem for once, because yesterday I believe I forgot it. And then I have more George Pickens updates on what everybody is predicting will happen. Also going to break down an old Dallas game from like 2008, Dallas versus the Eagles. I'm really excited to break this down and rewatch the game with y'all. So can't wait for that. That'll take up the majority of the showtime. But let's go ahead and get into the opening motivational video. I actually don't know which one I want to choose because I have the one from yesterday in here. So I'm just going to pick a random one. Hopefully it helps me because I ain't going to lie, y'all. Feeling a little, I don't know, discouraged. So maybe I'll go with a, let's see. I might go Kobe. Should I go Kobe Bryant or Deion Sanders? I'm thinking Deion Sanders. I think I'll go Deion Sanders. Let's see. Okay.
Stop comparing yourself to other people. Compare yourself to you. Be the best you could possibly be. And that's all you need to focus on. Be the best you could possibly be. I don't give a damn what they got going on. I don't give a damn what they got in the driveway. I don't give a damn what you pulling up to. I don't give a damn what you got around your neck or on your feet. Be the best you that you could possibly be. That's all God asks.
Wow. Not gonna lie, that brings some tears to my eyes. I needed that one. I really did need that one. The most random one I could have picked. I don't know why. I was just like, Deion always says something that will be encouraging and just hit home. Kobe Bryant will say something that will challenge you, but that was encouraging. It really hit home. And it also motivates me, not to compare myself to others, just focus on what I have going on and just being the best me that I can be. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can do, and that's all God expects from us. So I needed that one. I'm glad I picked that one. Okay. What is up, Oscar? Good to have you here. You said, hey, Chelsea, hope all is well with everyone. Like always, great stuff. Look forward to being here. I really appreciate that, Oscar. I always look forward to seeing you in the chat. You said exactly, be the best you is great. You don't need to impress anyone but yourself. Yes. That's all we can do, Chelsea. Exactly, Smoke and Talk, and good to see you here. Let's go ahead and get into our Touchdown Tribe National Anthem, y'all, because just like we're Patriots over at the Do Better podcast with Theo Coop, Patriots over there at Cree Crew, and Patriots over at Beardman, we're also Patriots over here, okay? So, all rise for the Touchdown Tribe National Anthem.
On the Star Spangled Banner, Fergie.
That a flag was still there.
All right, now let's play some drops because we have Smoke and Talk in the building. Smoke and Talk, let me find your drop. I thought it was up at the top. Okay, here it is.
Lamar Jackson, ball till you fall.
Ball till you fall, Smoke and Talk, ball till you fall. And we have 3 a.m. in the building. You said sing it, Fergie, right? That's never gonna get old. Y'all, you gotta check out the OG national anthem for the Do Better podcast. You gotta check out the Cree Crew national anthem over at Go Cree Cree's channel. And Beardman. Beardman has a really good one now for his national anthem. And of course I have Fergie. Alright, so let's play your drop 3 a.m. Okay, shout out to you, 3 a.m. I need to get one for Oscar. I need one for Oscar. Oh, Eric Jordan, you were in the building too. Shout out to you, Eric Jordan. Let me see. I think I have your drop. I haven't seen you in a while.
Why are you fumbling my football?
My blockers were better.
Your blockers ain't got nothing to do with you holding the ball. Did your blockers fumble the football or did you fumble the football?
I did, sir.
All right, how many feet are in a mile? How many feet are in a mile? 5,280 feet. You pick this ball up, you run every one of them. You're killing me, Petey. You're killing me.
You're killing me, Petey.
Why are you fumbling my football?
Me, Petey. I love that part. Okay. All right. Back to the show play call list. Wait, the Pistons won last night? I feel like, did I see a highlight of that? I feel like I seen a highlight of that. Well, mainly, I will tell you, mainly what I've been seeing is the talks about the Lakers going on right now. There's been big talks about the Lakers. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover the George Pickens updates because this is what everybody's predicting will happen. So y'all don't kill the messenger, okay? Y'all were just like coming at me. Y'all, I've had Dallas fans just attacking me lately because I think that, well, I don't think this. Personally, I've told y'all. I said the Joneses are the Joneses and they're going to do what they're going to do. So nothing will surprise me, right? If Pickens gets traded, that's what I want to happen. I would love to see Pickens get traded. I liked what Pickens and his agent did to Jerry Jones by not signing that franchise tag when everybody expected them to sign the franchise tag. He was like, "Nah, I'm going to make him wait." And then he of course he was going to sign it, y'all. We all knew Pickens was going to sign the tag eventually because that's the only way he could be eligible for a trade, right? But yeah, so don't hurt the messenger. I'm not the ones this is not just me saying that there's a possibility he could still be traded. It's these analysts as well who played the game, who knows how these contracts work and spent years in the league, okay? So don't hurt me, okay? Hurt them.
We're not trading them. They'll trade them if the right offer comes around.
So this is TJ. This was last night on Speakeasy. He said he was mocking what I think it was like Stephen Jones said. Oh, we're not trading them. Well, he's saying they'll trade them if the right offer comes along. They'll trade them, which is what I've been telling y'all.
Because they know they're not extending them. They're not gonna give them a deal.
So let's hear that one more time, y'all. Hear it one more time.
We're not trading them. They'll trade them if the right offer comes around. They'll trade them because they know they're not extending them. They're not going to give them a deal.
You know what's funny is I don't always agree with Speakeasy, right?
We're not trading them.
I don't always agree with them. But how come all these analysts that you rarely agree with, when it comes to the Cowboys, they actually got something good to say. They actually act like they have some sense. And, I mean, whether it's Stephen A., whether it's whoever, when it comes to the Cowboys, they're going to be spot on with what they have to say because they know the reality of the situation, right? Now, here's Acho, what he had to say last night.
I'm not going to watch Jackson Smith-Njigba get $160 million, $70 million guaranteed, and I get $27 guaranteed. I'm not watching that. Jackson Smith is going to get 3 times more guaranteed money, roughly. 3 times more guaranteed money than I'm going to get. He's not 3 times a better player than me. He might be 1.3 times a better player than me, but he's not 3x a better player than me. But Jackson Smith-Njigba could tear his ACL tomorrow, God forbid, and he's going to have $70 million in the bank. George Pickens could tear his ACL
I hope you're not including me in that, because at least I'm not the one acting like all these other Cowboy fans. Y'all, when I tell you, I had someone, there was it was the short that I posted on Pickens, possibly how I would love for Pickens to go to the Ravens. This Dallas fan, I don't know if they were a Dallas fan or a Giants fan. It was hard to decipher. But they were in my comment section and they were just like bragging on Jerry Jones. And I was like, well, Pickens had to sign that franchise tag either way. because that was the only way he was going to be eligible for a trade. It doesn't mean he's not, like, there's still a possibility of him getting traded. People are thinking just because he signed this franchise tag that he's staying. And Acho makes some really good points on this, okay? Of why that you can't believe Jerry Jones. Like, you cannot believe the Joneses.
God forbid, and he has $27 million in the bank. After taxes, $14 million in the bank. After his family, $7 million in the bank. And after you buy that house, about $3 million in the bank. So with all that being said, it would be negligent of a representation of George Pickens to allow him to play under the tag, especially when last time we saw a Cowboys receiver get tagged was Des Bryant in 2015. Got tagged in 2015 and inevitably signed a long-term extension. Players that get tagged don't do what GP did. Like, T. Higgins got tagged. Devontae Adams got tagged, but then he got traded. That's what I think will happen.
You hear what Acho said? Devontae Adams got tagged, but then he got traded. That's what Acho thinks is going to happen to Pickens. Even though he's tagged, he thinks he's going to end up getting traded. You had TJ saying it. I showed y'all the other day where everyone, all the former athletes like Darius Butler, Pat McAfee, and AJ Hawk, they said that he signs the tag but eventually gets traded. But y'all want to hurt the messenger. Oh, and what's up, Logan? It's good to see you in the chat.
Chris Godwin got tagged. George Pickens better than him. Allen Robinson got tagged. GP better than him. Jarvis Landry got tagged. GP better than him. AJ Brown, you got to go back to 2020, which is an older AJ Brown. That would have been a year 9 AJ Brown who got tagged. Not AJ Brown. AJ Green. A year 9 AJ Green who got tagged. Yeah, he's in his prime, Kieran.
Y'all, I told you, that's what gets me with the Cowboys, is the fact that he's still young. They're treating him like he's like some older player in the league. This is why I covered the dirty business of the NFL, right? It's not an advantage for the Cowboys. It's not. Either way, it's going to be a disadvantage. And y'all are going to see why. Like, when you look in depth to everything, there is just no way this is an advantage. It's a lose-lose situation for the Cowboys either way, in my opinion. Because you can trade him for some picks. I think that's the best option. Or you can keep him. He's going to be ticked off. Will he ball out is questionable. Because even TJ, I don't think I have that clip, but even TJ last night, he said that if he was to play on the tag, it's questionable if he, this is not exact, I'm paraphrasing, this is not exactly how he said it, but he said, will he perform is the question. Like, yeah, he'll, still put up the stats, but he's not going to risk his body on the line for $27 million. And Acho just broke down when you deduct all the costs that you have going on in your life, and if he was to get injured, he'll end up with just like probably maybe like $3 million is what he might end up with. Ah, man, it just ticks me off. Okay. So there's that. Here's TJ again. This is the second part.
Entire National Football League. He has a complimentary wide receiver who also could be wide receiver 1. He has a solid run game and a veteran quarterback who is going to air it out. That's
Care Bear, you sounded like a delusional Cowboy fan. How come all these? Calm down. I'm trying to be cool, y'all. I'm trying to be cool. Let me see if I have that meme here. Let's see. I thought I added it. Man, I didn't add it. It doesn't matter. I can play another one.
Who told you that was okay? I want names. I want faces. I want to know. Because the shit ain't okay.
Entire National Football League. He has a complimentary wide receiver who also could be wide receiver 1. He has a solid run game and a veteran quarterback who is going to air it out. That's a perfect situation for him to continue producing. He could go get paid stupid money for a horrible team. He could go to the Cardinals right now,
and every player will take that.
Every player, okay,
yes,
okay. I mean, like, do you think in any
What an idiot! He's trying to make a point just because they have a decent team that Pickens would want to be there. Are you a fool? You're a fool. You're going to want to stay for 27, whatever it is, 27 million versus getting a long-term deal with another team and better pay. You'd be crazy to turn that down. TJ, I like TJ's reaction though. TJ's looking at him like, what are you talking about?
He's like, I just go out ball. I do exactly what I just did this past season. And I can get, I can be the highest paid wide receiver in the game.
No,
that's what I was going to.
Why would they pay him next year if they ain't paying him this year? Because they can pay him less now. They're going to pay him more next year?
That's what I'm saying, y'all. The math ain't mathing on this. This is why I'm saying it's a lose-lose situation for the Cowboys either way. Honestly, though, I think the better deal is if you just go ahead and trade him now. But will the Cowboys do it? Psh, who knows? Oh, yeah. What's up, Couch? I see you snuck in here.
You can pay me less now, but you want to pay me more next year.
This is America's team.
And then the icing on the cake was Care Bear saying, this is America's team. I need to clip that. I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it to one of my drops, okay? I'm going to add it to one of my drops.
Continuously have teams that are contenders.
Yes.
I don't think
now,
Jerry wants to go.
Here's the point that Acho makes that I really love, y'all.
Another 5-year stretch without a contending team.
Jerry cares about winning, but he doesn't care as much about other owners. And most importantly, Kieran, he doesn't care as much about winning as he cares about making money.
What did I tell y'all? I told y'all. I said that if an offer comes, and this is an if, y'all. I'm not saying that Pickens is leaving and that it's not a possibility that he plays. I'm not saying that. I'm just not ruling out the possibility that he could be traded. Because these Dallas fans, they're just like, oh, he signed the tag, he's staying. We got him forever. They act like we have him forever now. No, because like he's saying here, Jerry Jones cares more about the money. And it's a proven fact. I don't see how people aren't seeing that. If a deal comes along across his table that he cannot turn down with draft picks and the money aspect of it, you think Jerry Jones is going to turn that down? Ain't no way.
How do we know this? It's his fruit. You judge a tree by the fruit it produces. Yeah. Look at the fruit Jerry Jones produces. He's building a Universal Studios right next to the Frisco, right next to One Cowboys Way. I used to work there for 2 years in 2016, 2017. You walk into the Cowboys practice facility, $1 million of chandeliers. True story, Google it. Don't take my word for it. There's $1 million of chandeliers. It's all glass windows at the practice facility. You know if Jerry Jones is there or not, T. True story, because his helicopter's there. If his helicopter's there, Jerry's there. If it's not, he's not there. Sometimes in the middle of practice, the helicopter will just land. That's not an owner that cares about winning. When I was in Philadelphia...
And I've been saying this. This is why I'm not a delusional Cowboy fan. Y'all, I had one time in my life where I was a delusional Cowboy fan. Well, let's see. And this was early on, right? I'm talking like middle school, maybe freshman in high school. After that, it stopped. I was no longer a delusional Cowboy fan, and I just knew what it was with the Cowboys. I don't see how other Cowboy fans can't take the blinders off. I will never comprehend it. It's like, quit saying we're going to a Super Bowl every year. Quit saying we have a Super Bowl team. Like, just stop saying it. Just say, do what I do. Say, I'll believe it when I see it. Would I love Jerry Jones to come out and prove me wrong? Would I like Pickens to stay and ball out under a franchise tag? Of course I would. But am I going to be delusional? No. No, I'm not, okay?
We didn't have tours going on while we were at practice. When I was working for the Cowboys, you just have tours. going on. If Trey just wants to go see the Cowboys facility, you have tours going on in the midst of
And
practice.
that is insane to me. And I know that the players have came out, like Dak Prescott. He's like the spokesperson for Jerry Jones. That's who that's the quarterback, right? Of course he's going to not complain about that. That's a distraction. It's a distraction, and not only that, it's why that you're giving away your secrets. Ultimately, you're showing how you can perform. You know what the Chiefs do? I think it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs have like blackout curtains, and I can't remember what triggered it. Shout out to you, Eric Jordan, for hitting the Cash App. Oh, let me see. Which drops am I on? Hold on. Gotta go to my money drops.
He just told us this season about when they asked him about some negotiation things, and he said
Jordan, do you have a special message? I don't know. Do I have the app downloaded? You know I'm bad for that. Let me see if you have a special message in the Cash App. Hold on, y'all. I'm re-downloading the app now. Okay. Oh, but back to what I was saying. I'm going to finish my thought real quick. So, the practices, like being able to go see these practices like it's a zoo, the Chiefs, I believe it's the Chiefs, they had like blackout curtains, and I can't remember what scandal went on when they thought someone was spying on them, so they started having like all like blackout curtains and doing all these like tactics to keep everything secretive. Why? Like, why are we doing this? Why are we putting the Cowboys on display? Let's see what you said. The Cowboys need to pay what they owe. Eric Jordan, that's the truth. Eric Jordan, you are not lying. They need to pay what they owe. Oh, man. And that's what really gets me. And y'all, I talked about it yesterday. How I don't hate on these players. I want to see them get paid. I know people are like, well, they already make a lot of money. They should just appreciate it. And it's like, no. When Pickens had a great season and you're seeing all these other wide receivers get paid and you're still young like that, you're going to want your money too. Put yourself in his cleats. Put yourself in his cleats. Would you want to be underpaid at any level? At your job, like if you're working a regular smegular job, right? Would you want to be underpaid? Heck no. You want to get what you are owed. And like Eric Jordan said, the Cowboys need to pay what they owe.
about oil. There's oil to be drilled. I got $100 million oil.
Yeah, he was the president.
We didn't have tours going on while we were at practice. When I was working for the Cowboys, you just have tours going on. If Trey just wants to go see the Cowboys facility, you have tours going on in the midst of practice. These are things that are money-making things, but these are not things that say, I am exclusively focused on winning. So Jerry cares about winning, but not more than he cares about making money.
No, I mean, I agree. And also,
now, Care Bear, you're talking some sense. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, I agree. Yeah, it's hard to argue that. Like, how can you argue that? The proof is in the pudding.
He just told us this season about when they asked him about some negotiation things, and he said something about oil. There's oil to be drilled. I got $100 million oil.
Yeah, he wasn't present. He was just like, well, I have 100. Yeah, I wasn't there because I had $170 million oil deal on the table that needed my attention.
Yeah,
I was just like,
so at Acho's got a point.
Let me lie to myself a little bit, bro.
No, you can't, bro. He's the real life Doug Dimmadome.
Same thing
He said, let me lie to myself a little bit. Y'all, I need to clip that part too. For the delusional Cowboy fans, not me though. I'm not a delusional Cowboy fan. But for the ones who are delusional Cowboy fans, that's going to be their clip. You can lie to yourself. Keep lying to yourself. Man, I'm telling you. more focused on Ole than he was his own team. I mean, it's not surprising. Now, here's what AJ Hawk had to say today. Like I said, the speakeasy one was last night. They all said that he signed, you know, of course he signed the franchise tag, but now he's probably going to get traded, is what they suspect will happen. Now, here's AJ Hawk, another a former NFL player who has experience with these contracts and knows how the league works.
He has, as being reported now by Mr. Archer, signed his franchise tag. Nothing else can happen until he does this. What does this tell you, AJ? He's a Cowboy for the year?
I still don't feel super confident he's a Cowboy for the year. This obviously opens it up for him to be available to be traded.
So this opens it up for him to be available to be traded. I'm telling you. It wouldn't, nothing, okay, so let me just say, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets traded, right? That's not going to be shocking. Wouldn't surprise me either if he stays and plays. That won't be surprising. Nothing will surprise me at this point, y'all. Okay, as a Dallas fan, nothing will surprise me. It's just, it is, like I said from the start, it is what it is with the Cowboys when it comes to the Joneses. And either way, it's a lose-lose situation. So you lose out on Pickens if you have to trade him, right? Or you keep him and you lose out getting deals when you could have gotten them. So if they keep Pickens, they don't make it to a Super Bowl. Well, I'm not even going to say make it to a Super Bowl, because at this point, you have to win a Super Bowl or it's nothing, right? So not even making it to a Super Bowl is going to matter to me. But if you win a Super Bowl, which, I mean, come on now. Or do we really think... I'll believe it when I see it, y'all. I'll believe it when I see it. But if you keep Pickens and you don't make it to a Super Bowl, you are going to have missed out on the deals that you could have gotten if you would have traded them. You could have got draft picks out of it and money out of it. But, you know, like I said, nothing will surprise me either way. Either way, it's a lose-lose situation for the Cowboys. I don't see how people see this as an advantage for them. I don't get it. Am I crazy? Okay, tell me, y'all. Do you think I'm crazy thinking that? I feel like this is a lose-lose situation for the Cowboys either way. Keeping Pickens, not making it to a Super Bowl, then you missed out on deals. You end up having to put more money on him if you put another franchise tag on him. That's not good. Keeping him's not good. I feel like the better option, even though it still impacts the Cowboys, is just getting the trade and getting some draft picks out of it. But am I crazy? I don't know. Hold on, let's go see some funny memes. Let's see what I got for this.
You dum-dums.
Yeah, they dum-dums for real. Oh yeah, y'all, this is for the ones who I don't know, can y'all hear me?
Tell you something, boy. I want to put on my page. You don't like what I post? Get your butt out of here. You ain't got to stop over here. You ain't got to be over here.
He has, as being reported now by Mr. Archer, signed his franchise tag. Nothing else can happen until he does this.
If the Cowboy fans don't like what I have to say, you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. Y'all can get the heck on out of here, off my page. If you don't like what I post, you don't like my thoughts, you can just go, okay? But it's not just my opinions. It's not just my opinions. I'm showing y'all what everybody else who played the game, who has experience in the NFL, I'm showing y'all what they have to say about it. Y'all dum-dums, though, for real. Oh, yeah, can you all hear me when I'm on I need to make sure I have my mic. I wasn't sure if y'all could hear me when I was talking on my meme page, my funny meme page. I'm an Eagles fan and enjoy this. I bet you do. I know you keep trying to recruit me as an Eagles fan. But let's play a drop for Erroneous C since he's in the building. And for From the Black Couch.
Hey, you a bad
Shout out to Erroneous C and shout out to From the Black Couch. Shout out to you. Alright, moving on. Let's go ahead and get into breaking down this old game. And I will have to take pause breaks. I did speed it up slightly because that kind of helps with like copyright issues. So we'll see how this goes, okay?
That's exactly right. Off we go from Dallas, and folks kick gloves go out of bounds, and we'll give Philadelphia the ball at the 40 to start the game here tonight.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball we placed on the 40-yard line. First down.
Similar to Terry McCauley, our referee tonight. Here comes Donovan McNabb. I think Steve Young made a good point on Monday Night Countdown. You feel like Donovan's older than his 31, and we saw so much of his college career at Syracuse where he started for 4 years. It's his 10th year here in the NFL.
Wait,
but
so
as we
was
visited with Donovan
McNabb 31 in this? That's crazy to think about.
last night, he's feeling so much more confident in the team around him, his place on this team, and that knee that he heard a couple of seasons ago. He's healthy, Mike. That's the bottom line. He enters this season 100% healthy. And last week, he was really stroked against the St. Louis Rams. So that's exactly what you told us right at the start. Look for Brian Westbrook. He's the receiver on the near side to start the game tonight. And his first throw is off the hands of Aaron J. Smith. And incomplete.
Here's the thing. I mean, you mentioned he's perfectly healthy. He has not been healthy over the last 3 or 4 years. He's missed games in each of the last 3 years. We asked Andy Reid, how do you know Donovan is healthy? How do you know he's the right guy?
A
And this is a
young
direct quote.
Andy Reid at the Eagles.
With Donovan, it's when that smile comes back on his face, then you don't worry about anything. When did you see it, Andy? With 3 games to go at the end of last season. So if he's smiling tonight, Andy Reid's happy.
Second and 10 inside, handoff with Westbrook. Push down, gain at about 14.
That
as
was a
Westbrook
good
takes it
game
to the
right
46.
there. He had a great gap to run through.
Yard line, led the National Football League in yards from scrimmage last year. You add him up to 2,104.
If you want to know what puts a smile on Donovan McNabb's face, it's when that guy takes 14 every time you hand him the ball. Westbrook, yeah.
What an option on 2nd and 10 when you can hand the football off and gain 14 yards. Yeah. Bring about a first down. A lot of pressure off the quarterback and you can do that. First down and run. Going to be a couple of yards for Westbrook. Here's Donovan. Kevin Curtis, sports hernia. He'll be out for a while. Reggie Brown's close tonight, but not going to make it. They hope to have him next week against Pittsburgh. So Cavs straighting to the busy Westbrook. Quite a read. Ball popped out after the Zach Thomas hit. Let's roll down. Only a gain of a couple. How strange it is to see Zach Thomas not in the Dolphins uniform.
Oh, yeah, and another thing I want to note to y'all is this is a 3-4 defense for the Cowboys. And this is what the Cowboys are switching back to, is a 3-4 defense. So y'all are going to see the 3-4 defense and what that looks like.
Westbrook here. You'll see the fake to him first. Donovan looks downfield. This is a nice job of setting up the screen, but excellent reaction by Zach Thomas to sniff it out. That was a move of a wily old veteran linebacker. 7 consecutive Pro Bowl seasons with the Dolphins. Likely wrapping up his career here at the Cowboys. Five defensive back scouts. Good time for McNabb. Nobody open until that one. Quickie free. Let's sell it. The backup tight end to the 23-yard line. A first down gain of 19 before Adam Jones is tackled.
The Philadelphia Eagles have the biggest offensive line in the National Football League, averaging 330 pounds per man.
330 pounds per man.
They gave Donovan a lot of time there. Excellent job by Donovan, keeping his eyes downfield. Once he broke the pocket, he didn't look to run. 5 years ago, Donovan darted in the secondary. Now he's looking for the receiver and finds Selleck, who detains once again for the Eagles.
The rookies at the top of the stream. Deshaun Jackson out of Cal.
Now, I will say with this Cowboys defense, they do bring in a nickel package. So they'll bring in elements of like 4-man front to help. So, you know, there's like elements of a 4-3, but, you know, they played the 3-4 in this.
It goes that way. 2nd and 3. Westbrook getting from DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus
Fumble in the last 2
Ware,
years.
man, with the stop. That was a good one.
Third down. DeMarcus Ware is one of those players that the Eagles must identify when they come out of the huddle. You'll see him there, number 94, unblocked on the play. The Eagles going with their zone blocking scheme up front in the run game. Clearly a mistake right there. You've got to get someone on Ware. He's just too good of a football player. How did he get around 5 guys at 330 pounds?
The thing with Ware is he had speed. So playing this 3-4 defense, it was able to get him some speed. I really like it.
They're eating hard helping. He's quick. Anthony Henry was there on the initial hit on Jackson, and the initial holding incomplete. 4th down. Donovan, nice job of seeing the corner off and throwing that ball in a perfect location. You can see Deshaun Jackson never had complete control of that football. But once again, excellent read and throw by Donovan McNabb. The rookie's got to come up with that catch.
What's up, Derek? And what's up, Dan and Prince Bud? Good to see y'all in the building.
So David Akers, 3-time Pro Bowler. You can see the all-time leader in points for Philadelphia. Didn't miss one inside of 40 last year. The 34, able to knock through the game's first. An opening drive by the Eagles. Felix Jones, the rookie of Arkansas, returns the kickoff. Nice patience by Jones, but a marker comes in on the return, likely to erase a 36-yard bringback.
During return, holding, receiving team, number 25, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Tony Romo's become one of the premier quarterbacks in the National Football League. Your team, any team, could have had it. He was undrafted, free agent. Still Parcells, Hutchinson saw. Come around here for a while.
And y'all, I was very critical. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was very critical of. I might play my CDT beats in the background when watching this. I was very critical of Tony Romo back in the day, and I don't think I appreciated him like I probably should have. Looking back on it now, it's like he actually was, you know, decent. Like, he wasn't bad like people made him out to be.
These 2 seasons in the start. Start for the 14, Marion Barber. You get about a yard and a half to Mike Patterson. Makes the tackle.
Tony Romo did come out of nowhere and then stayed on the bench for 3 or 4 years, and Bill Parcells put him in for Drew Bledsoe at a Monday night game a couple of years ago. This past year, he had 36 touchdown passes. He was an enormous star.
So he was under Drew Bledsoe for 3 years? That's hard to believe. Like, I don't remember much about Drew Bledsoe, though. Didn't he go to the Patriots or something? I was too young. I didn't have an understanding of the game of football until, like, I was around... Like, probably the most memorable is Tony Romo for me. But what was I gonna say? Tony Romo sitting under Drew Bledsoe, that just goes to show you how beneficial it is to have veteran quarterbacks have rookie QBs sitting under them. So you had Tony Romo sitting under Drew Bledsoe for 3 years. You had Dak Prescott sitting under Tony Romo. It's so beneficial.
Portfolio, really, in terms of coming out of college, and a very confident young man. And you have to be, you're going to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. It's more than just playing football.
Third gain and 1, Romo's first pass for Jason Witten, incomplete. Quentin Michael, improving strong safety on the coverage.
I wasn't a fan of that pass. I'll be honest with you right there. I wasn't a fan. You had coverage on it. Not the biggest fan of that pass.
Yeah, I think what really has separated Tony Romo's understanding of coverage. He knows how to read coverage and gets the ball out quickly. You know, and you gotta remember this. I like the way he was brought along.
You know what's funny about them commentators saying that he gets the ball out quickly? That was my biggest complaint with him. I always said, you hold on to the ball too long. And then I found out later on that his coach, whenever they were doing the documentary on Tony Romo, one of his coaches, like, this was when he was a backup QB, he said, you know, you'd be a really great QB if you just got the ball out quicker. You hold on to the ball too long. I was like, dang, maybe I had a point there. But, I mean, I think he did great. He did great. Or decent, I should say. Decent. Yeah, Romo, at the end of the day, Romo couldn't get the job done. But I don't necessarily blame that solely on Romo. I blame it more on just typical Cowboys, Jerry Jones behavior and not getting all the pieces. There was always something missing, and that's just the way it's always been. Always something going on with the Cowboys.
What he learned from a veteran. You know, you see what happened this past weekend. Guys that started for the first time, played behind a wily veteran, they played pretty well.
the only time, you know what? The one thing I will say, the only time I really believe that the Cowboys got screwed over is that 2014, was it 2014? The 2014 game where Des Bryant caught the ball because the NFL later ruled that a catch. And I'm like, what the heck does that do for us now? Y'all took us out of the playoffs when you did that mess. So why does that help us now? You later ruling that it was a catch, that the wrong call was made. That does nothing to help me now. That's the only time.
Eagles 6 defensive backs. Only rush the front four. And Romo packs in close to T.O. Gets to the 28. First down and finds Sheldon Brown.
Don't get me, okay, listen, Johnny. He might be late to the game. I ain't praising Romo now. I just said I was a little too hypercritical of him, but there was some things I said about Romo that I was probably spot on about. Like him holding on to the ball too long, I really wasn't a fan of that. So don't think I'm the Cowboy fan that just praises him and thinks he's like the best thing that ever happened to the Cowboys. I told y'all, I don't even buy Cowboy jerseys. I don't buy Cowboy jerseys because of how quickly we get rid of players. And, you know, they haven't been to a Super Bowl, so why would I get their jersey? Like, if I got anybody's jersey, it would be, you know, throwback jerseys like Troy Aikman or Emmitt Smith or Deion Sanders. That's the only time I'd get a jersey.
Excellent job by Tony Romo. He looked to his right, and then came back to Terrell Owens. Did a nice job of pushing up against Sheldon Brown and working back to the football. The key there was pass protection. The Cowboys' offensive line gave Romo time to survey the field with the right first and then come back to T.O. on the left.
Owens caught 5 balls in the win against
Man, what
Cleveland.
catch from Owens. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I loved Terrell Owens back in the day, and I was sad to see him go. A lot of Cowboy fans hated on him after he left, and I get it, but I'm always a T.O. fan.
In Ohio on the opening Sunday. Marion Barber snuffed out Brian Dawkins. The veteran still going. 34 mid-tackle. Romo looked that way twice, shoveled it out to Barber. Pulled down in the open field by Omar Gaither, one of the young, speedy linebackers for the Eagles. Well, third down and about 10 coming up.
You'll see Romo in the pocket, looking left again. Nothing there, comes back to his right. Now the protection breaks down. Does the wise thing, gets rid of the football, doesn't take a hit. Puts it in the hands of Marion Barber. Allow him to try to make a play. Good hustle by the Eagles
Now,
defense.
that was smart by Romo, just to quickly get it out. A quick pass, forward pass. I'm not mad at that. Great play.
Helmets around Marion Barber.
The only critique that I would give him, he didn't look super confident doing that. He looked kind of, you know, frightened. Like, I mean, I get it, because you got defenders coming at you, but if you're going, you need, as a QB, you need to be confident with everything you are doing on that field. And if you're not confident on that play, I mean, I would just get rid of it. I mean, and that's what he did, but if you are doing something like that, at least look confident. That's one critique I would give him.
Your buddies tonight while you're watching, you decide who's coming on that Eagle front before the snap. It's impossible to get over the top.
Wow, that was a beautiful route. They sold him. You know, the biggest thing with the wide receiver, you got to sell the route, right? He sold that and took that all the way. Wow, that was beautiful.
The extra point. In Texas Stadium should start, and as we mentioned, only Jerry Rice in NFL history now has more touchdown receptions than Terrell Owens, who had passed our colleague in the studio, Chris Carter, who had the 130 touchdowns in his career as well.
Oh, Logan, you hating on T.O.? What's your reasons for hating on T.O.?
It was Romo's longest touchdown pass this career. Quicken gets the rookie, brings it out to the 25-yard line. Orlando Scandrick, a fellow rookie, with the tackle. And now McNabb.
He is a traitor. He does have a reputation of that. He does have a reputation of being a traitor. I ain't gonna lie. But he is talented. I don't knock his talent. I mean, he's talented.
He's shake. Get to the 30-yard line and lose where? A gain of 4.
There are rivals among teams, and then there are rivals among individuals. And you can't tell me, Jaws, that Donovan McNabb doesn't want to go out there now, having seen
Hey,
his
Logan,
antagonist.
don't feel too bad because he left us. Who did he leave us for? Did he leave us for San Francisco? Can't remember who he left us for. I'm pretty sure it was San Francisco, but don't feel too bad because I'm telling you, that's why I said he had the reputation of being a traitor. But I mean, I don't hate on him because he is talented.
Darrell Owens make that long touchdown. You can't tell me that Donovan McNabb doesn't get a little extra heated for him right now, wanting to come back and show the world, hey, that guy did anything he can do, I can do better.
I agree with you. I think Andy Reid feels the same way. Andy's going to dial up pass plays and try to make Donovan look good. I don't blame him. This is a pedal-to-the-metal offense. They're protecting well, and the pass is caught at the 47-yard line by Greg Lewis, who caught 5 balls last week.
So the thing about it is that McNabb and Owens are always going to be linked together. They're going to be linked for the bad times that they had in Philadelphia and all those things that we saw with Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb. McNabb talked about it
So
yesterday.
here we
He said,
go. They're
"I'd love
getting
to
into
stop
the McNabb-Owens beef.
It'll always be there. If we go to a red carpet event when we're 50, it'll be there then. That's the acknowledgement of it.
To the 47, Westbrook on first down. For the waiting arms of Brady James, that middle backer. Jaws, how important is first down play selection for the Eagles offense?
Oh, I think on first down, they've got to throw the ball. Now, Andy's a throw ball kind of quarterback. They want to throw the ball 60% anyway. However, on first down, when you get that base 3-4 front of the Dallas Cowboys and the 4 defenders in the secondary, that is
I'm
the
trying
best
to
time.
think. Was this Sunday night? Monday night? It could have been Monday night. It's a game from, it's 2008. A 2008 game.
To attack. And the Eagles love to play that 3 wide receiver plus. In fact, last week against St. Louis, 40 to 58 snaps, they had 3 or more wide receivers on the field.
Westbrook at the very top of the screen. Terrell Buchalter's the back next to McNabb. And look at the confusion. Westbrook out there causes. And Buchalter from the inside.
Now, Mac, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, it's not the game. It's not the blowout game. Okay, it's not the blowout game. I'll go ahead and tell you that. I know this isn't. I might cover that blowout game and break that down next, but this was which week? I think it says on the thing, but I think it was like week 2, a week 2 game.
First down. Zach Thomas's tackle, and there you can see all the confusion trying to find where Westbrook was lined up.
Well, there's no doubt about it. When Westbrook lined out wide, a linebacker bumped out.
Hey, Logan, I'm not gonna spoil the ending. You gotta keep watching. Keep watching.
James on him, and Brady James couldn't run with him. He had to hit Westbrook. So it's beyond 5 yards. Get a penalty against the Cowboys. There it is, right here. There's Brady James. High. First down. Match against Brian Westbrook. He can't go for Westbrook. It's all about matchups. Andy Reid is tremendous at dictating those favorable matchups, particularly for Brian Westbrook. He can run routes like a wide receiver.
Philadelphia moving the ball comfortably thus far. McNabb 6 of 8, 58 yards. And if we fingers all the way offside, so it'll be 5 on where.
Defense. Number 94, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty.
I can't stand those types of penalties. Like, do your job. Do your job, y'all. Okay?
Where? Wade Phillips. He's had a lot of stops along the way. Denver and Buffalo. Brief interim stops with New Orleans and Atlanta. Been to the playoffs 4 times. Hasn't won a playoff game. That's, for the moment, the heavyweight hanging on this team and his coach. So first and 5, and Westbrook, 8 yards out of the first down. Greg Ellis made the check.
You talk about how easily McNabb is moving down the field with this team. And it makes you realize, again, if he stays healthy, that's a real good team. But in each of the last 3 years, he's missed a total, I think, of 15 games over the last 3 years. And the Eagles have subsequently slipped from where they were as a perennial NFC championship team.
Honestly, y'all, okay, so the old Jalen Hurts, that I seen at Alabama, that's who McNabb kind of reminds me of, because McNabb could make plays on the run, and I know that Hurts has become more of a pocket passer. Like, he's done less of running it, although he still can run it, right? I'm not saying he can't, but that's kind of the similarities. It's like it brings me back to the early Jalen Hurts days.
McNabb's ability to stay healthy. You're absolutely right. I mean,
what is up, BDB? How you feeling? How you living? I really enjoyed you on Agree to Disagree last night. That was fun. That was funny. I really enjoyed that.
Football with the quarterback is helpful. The caliber of Donovan McNabb. You're in the Super Bowl hunt. 72 handoff for Westbrook. What a good job to dance around the arms. And get a first down. And tackled late out of bounds with no flag thrown. on the play.
You know, we talk about that lateral agility. That's what Brian Westbrook has, the ability to make people miss, moving laterally, then turn the corner. That's
yeah,
key to
that
his
was a
game.
good play on his part. You know, I mean, the quickness of that play, like getting around all the defenders, that was a good play. Good speed on that.
You got Patrick Watkins coming in to make a play. Brian's going to run by defensive tackles.
Dang, he almost, wow. Did y'all catch that? He almost got tripped up. He caught his balance, but that could have been bad for him if he hadn't caught his balance.
Level defenders on him, or he's going to make people miss tackles. Half the big people can't even see him.
And you also had some, you know, good ones picking up those blocks.
Running game can set up their play action passing, and they go play action. They like to throw the ball deep down the field. And Cashapp, the motion man, stays in. Now McNabb using it as an outlet, only a yard. He's shoved to the sideline by Adam Jones. Pac-Man, who missed all of 07 with that well-documented league suspension, played his first game in over 600 days in week 1.
Now that play right there, Mike, come out of the I formation was
Wait,
a
did they
design
say
big play.
Pac-Man? Yeah, that's Pac-Man Jones, y'all. I've been covering Pac-Man Jones and all the legal troubles. That's hilarious.
Able to get pressure on McNabb. He had to go to the check down rather quickly, not allowing him to survey the field for the deep throw down to them.
Line up out of the eye here on 2nd and 9. Cash tries to chip it down to Corral Buckhalter. It's incomplete. Brady James is right over there and covered. Now we'll have a third down for
Another stop.
Andy Reid's offense.
Man, at this point, y'all, I'm like starting to feel the adrenaline. I'm like, come on now, get them 4th down, get them off the field.
You know, the Eagles have been doing a really good job thus far in this game of protecting Donovan McNabb. I think the Cowboys got to bring a little heat on McNabb, like they did last week against Derek Anderson in Cleveland. On the 24 passes Anderson put in, they switched it 16 times. That's how 2/3 of the time. I think they'll try to bring some heat on Donovan.
6 defensive backs. McNabb throws incomplete for Westbrook.
Broken up. Good. 4th down.
Donovan will get one of those balls that come down low. There's something catch. He said that was my bad. Field goal comes.
Well, if there is a flaw in Donovan's game, it's some of those throws. Mike, he has a tendency to throw him in the ground. He'll lock that front knee and force that ball to come over the top and low. I know it's his 10th year in this league, and he's corrected the majority of the mistake. You know, you kind of just live with that every once in a while. He's going to throw one of those balls and go, oh my goodness.
For 44, David Aikman. 2 drives, 2 field goals. Well, we know how difficult the hurricane season 2008 has been down in the Gulf area, the Galveston area being hit. Just this past week, the Red Cross needs your help, and so do your neighbors. Text the word GIVE to the number 24357.
Y'all, do
$25
not.
to the American Red.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out here. Do not donate to that. That is old. Okay, this is just a rewatch. I don't want nobody calling that number and donating to something that they don't know what they're donating to. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Disaster relief fund. Steady text testing rates may apply. Learn more at redcross.org. And certainly the Cowboys have been the dominant team in the state for many years, and they have fans all over the area in Galveston. And we're at a luncheon with Jerry Jones, Cowboys owner. Their thoughts as well with all the folks down Galveston, Houston way. Felix Jones, the return. Felix Jones past David Akers.
Whoa, he broke free, y'all. He broke free. That is a crazy return.
98 yards for the rookie.
So 98 yards. You know who that reminds me of? Turpin. Reminds me of Turpin, y'all.
You'll see Felix Jones explode through that lane right there, and no one's going to get Felix Jones. Well, I had a chance to watch him last week against Cleveland, and you can see the acceleration when he sees a gap. Felix Jones.
You know, I need to make a highlight of that. I need to make a highlight of that.
Holy. Shot through it. Well, that backfield was great at Arkansas. We knew that. Man, if we've seen him this weekend, Darren McFadden with a fabulous game in Cleveland yesterday, and his running partner.
Y'all, they used to show the cheerleaders more. I feel like back in the day. They don't show the cheerleaders as much. Have you? Am I tripping? Or is that, I mean, I just don't feel like they show the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders as much as they used to during games. I could be wrong, but just seems like they show them less.
It's Jerry Jones' alma mater, taking it 98 with a Cowboy touchdown.
That's funny, Mike mentioned those 2 quality football players. I actually like Felix Jones a little bit more than Darren McFadden. I'm talking about 2 great players, but I thought he was a better receiver. In this NFL game, you got to be able to catch the football. And Felix
wow,
Jones
he made that man miss, y'all. He made that man miss. That man tried to get his hands on Felix Jones, but it didn't happen. It didn't work.
See more things like this, not just a kickoff. If you're a Cowboy fan, you'd love to see a lot of those. They use him coming out the backfield as a receiver.
There's another one.
Yes, good. Yeah. What more do you want out of this game so far? You have a 72-yard bomb. You have a 98-yard kickoff return. You have the Eagles trying to keep it close, settling for field goals. Here's Jerry Jones. You think he's happy? Wade Phillips. You think he's happy? If there's a knock against the Cowboys, other than losing in playoff games, it's that sometimes the Philadelphia Eagles come in here last 2 times and crush them and shut them down. That's off the table right now.
I will say this, Mac. I feel like it's more because of the Cowboys. Is that sad to say? I feel like it's more because of the Cowboys. Like, they don't want to show the cheerleaders because they're like, oh, people are going to call, like, the cowgirls. And so maybe they show the cheerleaders less now. Because, I mean, the cheerleaders, they're always going to be popular. Like, they have their Netflix special. They had the show on CMT. So, there's a reason why they say their little logo when they step out onto the field, the often imitated, never equal. So, I mean, I do think they're still a big deal. It's just they don't show them as often in the games because maybe it's an embarrassment to the Cowboys. I don't know. It very well could be that. I'm thinking that it's more of that.
There's a long way to go. That's a long way to go. I love the star power. I love the big playmakers. This is what football's about in 2008. You got to be able to put points on the board. Everyone loves running the ball, defense. You got to be explosive. These are 2 explosive football teams. Money's worth so far.
I knew that was coming. You bet. In 5 years since Dallas had that, and Quentin Tempest, a rookie, Preston turned the favor, and he's hit it to 25 by Kevin Burnett.
Here we go again. Donovan McNabb comes out, and that wasn't Terrell Owens, so it may not be the personal rivalry, but you look up on the scoreboard, and you've sort of controlled the game. You've taken little bits here, little bits there, going down the field, and 2 big bumps, and you're down 14-6. And now, I'm not saying it's critical to score here, but if you got blown out here, that would be a bad series.
Wait.
Punch, counter punch.
Okay, wait, no. I was like, are they playing at Philadelphia? But no, they were playing at Dallas.
It's right now the Dallas Cowboys are leading with that hard left and connecting. They're hitting knockouts. It's not counter punch. This is big uppercuts knocking somebody down.
Wait, were they... Hold on. Now I'm confused. Were they playing at Dallas Stadium? Because I don't see the Dallas Star. You know how they have the Dallas Star? This had to have been the Eagles, but there are a lot of Dallas fans. Y'all, that's crazy sad. If this is at the Eagles Stadium and there was that many Cowboy fans there, because it's gone. I don't know. You remember the Thanksgiving game with the Chiefs at Dallas? It was all red at Dallas. That was sad to see. As a Dallas fan, that was sad to see. Yeah, this game was in Dallas. The later game was in... Okay. I thought I was tripping for a second, Knack. I thought I was tripping. I was like, I thought this was at the Cowboys Stadium. But they had me second guessing myself. Talking about it would be an embarrassment if... Why would it be... Now, see, I don't like what that commentator said. Because he said it would be an embarrassment if the Eagles lost... But how would that be an embarrassment? That's actually understandable because, you know, when it's a home field advantage, there's a reason why they call it a home field advantage. So it's not it's not a big deal if the Eagles lose to the Dallas Cowboys playing at the Cowboys Stadium. I think it would be a bigger deal if they were at the Eagles Stadium and they lost to Dallas. Then I could see your point, but they were playing at the Cowboys Stadium. These commentators just be saying anything.
So for the 24, Westbrook. Good job getting those extra yards. It's 5 to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia's moved the ball effectively. The difference when you don't punch it in the red zone, there's one small mistake. All of a sudden you're down 6.
And Mike, we saw it yesterday. The Minnesota Vikings moved the ball. They set up for 5 field goals. They let the Indianapolis Colts hang around. Peyton Manning brings it back. They win the football game. When you get that scoring zone, you got the 7 on the board. So you're going to start asking them to go on 4th down, aren't you, John? No, I'm not.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Mac. I think the embarrassment was more about losing to T.O. and Cowboys. Yeah, I could see that point. That would make sense. Like, you know, losing to a former teammate, that would burn a little bit. I could see the point on that. But still yet, I mean, you are playing, it's an away game for the Eagles. Yeah.
29. And Fish has flag. It should have come in. Surprised that it didn't. As Westbrook, you could see his head turn sideways. No flag in, 3rd down. Wow.
Unless he's the exorcist child, somebody grabbed his face.
Well, we're going to see it right here. Well, clearly had to grab them. And the rule change, there's no 5-yard incidental face mask. But clearly, when your hand comes in and the finger is bent and the helmet turns, that becomes a crash. So even though you have a hand up in the face, that was not accidental. It was a grab and a turn. And that one got by.
Dang, that should have been called, y'all. That should have been a penalty. You cannot be doing that. Sometimes I think they just be doing that, like, out of desperation, right? They know that's the last resort, so then they just go for the face mask. I get it in a way, because you're just trying to keep the defenders away, but I mean, can't be doing that. Now, Dallas needed to get that ball. The ball is just laying there. So the Eagles still have it. Dallas should have recovered that. This is stupid on both of their parts. This is dumb. So the guy didn't cross the line. That was dumb. But then Dallas didn't recover it. That was dumb. What the heck?
The game. Was it in San Diego a couple of years ago where you had a backward pass, a player who got up was untouched for a first down, and in celebration got up and let the ball go behind him? That ball was a questionable call and then reviewed going forward as that would be considered a backward pass. You did the celebration too early. So it's not like it's
okay,
a
so it wasn't a fumble with the ball line there. Okay, I'm glad he clarified that. So it was considered a backward pass, I guess.
At the 2-yard line. Now to Deshaun Jackson for 1 second. Supremely talented as you saw there. One of the questions about Deshaun Jackson was hockey attitude, could we keep him in line? And the Eagles have been working very hard with him and things like that.
The word you heard most when talking about him was, can he be managed? Because he was so cocky, and everybody talks about how confident he is. There's a word that would apply here if Philadelphia doesn't score, and it would be infamous. That would be an infamous play by Deshaun Jackson.
Well, 15 years ago, the same end of the field, November 93 was from Leon Lett down at this end. Yeah. Listen, going Westbrook.
Yeah, I just wanted it in. That was great. He flipped into that end zone.
Well, that takes him off the hook. But that's going to be something that's remembered. And when everybody's on the sidelines of Philadelphia celebrating with him, they're going to say, hey, not so fast.
Well, the infamous could now be, why didn't the Dallas Cowboy defenders, one of them pick that ball up? Because it was a live football.
Okay, so I was right. I thought so. I thought that was a live football because I was like, you both are stupid. I was right. So they were talking about that other play, and it had me all confused because they were talking about like a San Diego game or something. But I was right. That was a live ball. So you guys are both dumb. Eagles were dumb because you didn't cross the line. You celebrated too early, being in a showboat. And then also on Dallas's part, Dallas, you needed to recover that ball. You could have prevented a touchdown. What the heck? Honestly, I'm more mad at the Cowboys. I'm more mad at the Cowboys on this one because they should have recovered that ball.
I guess because nobody expects somebody to do something that dumb that soon.
You know, I guess if you're in one of those keeper fantasy
Y'all
football
know,
leagues, that
we
makes
gotta
sense.
play this drop.
You dum-dums.
Y'all were dum-dums
Halfway
on
through the
that
second
one.
quarter, this game anything but over. 27-21.
If you're doing a play-by-play sheet, you're already up to 50 pages. And the scoring is astonishing. And the amount of energy in here is astonishing.
Did they do they still do that? Show the massages? Them getting massages? I feel like they have the tents up now for that. They're not showing all that extra stuff of the players getting the massages. Oh no, you know what it is? Maybe it's the massage guns now that they use.
The play that Deshaun Jackson dropped is a one. It was a beautifully designed play, very similar to T.O.'s touchdown.
Yes.
They got quarters coverage. Eagles with Deshaun Jackson. They attacked Roy Williams. He spun her goal right over the top. 27-21.
Fair catch.
Let's look like a bit off the way after he went over the top. So Romo and the Cowboy offense.
All right, let's go.
Oh, why not?
No.
Safety back there.
No way! What in the world? Another one. Another dime. This is why I love T.O.
And to the 25, there's a marker back. Near the quarter, the holding. All pass. Number 7.
Y'all. I'm trying to be calm. But come on. What the heck? You just did all that work and then holding offense.
First down. Corey Huster,
Full.
71, who's starting because Kyle Kozer has a foot injury at guard. Flag here. 54-yard penalty erased.
That's what ticks me off right there.
Close out Adams, push to the inside. Proctor just doesn't get the jam.
And I get it, y'all. Like I said earlier, I get it because I feel like it's a last resort sort of thing. Like they're not getting the block they want, so then they just. And it goes for both sides, on offense and on defense. So they'll do the face masks or do whatever it takes, pull on the jersey, you know, horse collar, whatever. Like, do whatever it takes to prevent your quarterback from taking a hit. I get it, I guess. But can't be doing that. Can't be doing that.
Sheldon Brown, little stutter though again. This game is all about big plays, all about double moves, all about being
Man,
explosive.
he was so smooth with it. And it wasn't even nothing like fancy. It wasn't nothing like, let's see, Amari Cooper or Devontae Adams or like a Julio. Well, no, couldn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it just wasn't nothing, you know, too flashy. Like, and he was still able to sell you on routes. That's impressive from T.O.
Because you have a lot of stars, it's something we'd like to say. Well, you also have stars in the Philadelphia secondary, 3 starters in quarterbacks, in Asante Samuel, Sheldon Brown, and Lito Shepard. Shepard, who has a reputation for doing a good job against T.O. So far, they've all gone over tonight. The flag makes it first play.
Now, this is, okay, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is where I would be a difficult teammate. Because you telling me after I did all that work, and you're the reason why this gets erased because you couldn't play right. Like I did my part, and then you just erased my hard work. I would not be cool. I would not be cool. I'd be mad. I'd be mad.
Stopped up as Quentin Michael comes on over to make the play.
This is what the Cowboys are facing this year as you look at Romo. Great expectations. The Giants are assumed to be a little bit worse because Ray-handed you.
And let me just say, you can't do that. Let me just add, you can't do that when you're on a team. Like, you all have to take responsibility and move on from it. Me, I would have a difficult time with it because I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be like, ranting and raving.
People thought might be down because Favre wasn't there. Patriots lost, Tom Brady, Colts lost the first game, Chargers lost 2. You look around and you say, who's the team that could emerge as the best? It's the Cowboys. People in Dallas assume the Super Bowl and assume they're going to win it even though they haven't won a playoff game since 1996.
Romo from the tank. Patrick Brady.
No!
Got it back.
I think he gained control. He gained control.
Just to amplify on that, the other teams may have been diminished. What the Cowboys have done is they've added Felix Jones. You like what he did tonight?
Absolutely.
Think he runs fast? They've added Zach Thomas, who had these terrible migraines all the time. Turned out to be a deviated septum, says it's 100% healthy. They've added the Pac-Man, who's playing this year. That man, Jerry Jones, brought them all in. And there is a sense here of manifest destiny. So you don't want to lose this game at home again to the Eagles.
Philadelphia won in here last year in December, 10-6. Romo bomb stays through the hands of Pickens. And only the rare Cowboy punch.
You know what? I honestly wonder, did Jerry Jones want to probably win a Super Bowl more with like Tony Romo? I feel like he might have wanted to win a Super Bowl more with Tony Romo. And maybe what really caused him to just be more focused on his money is just after the whole incident in 2014 when they later ruled it was a catch with Des Bryant. Maybe that's why he's like, what's the point? I'm just gonna focus on my money and whatever happens with the Cowboys. Maybe that's his mindset. I don't know.
Now, that time, the Eagles secondary did an outstanding job. They went with a 4-man rush. They dropped 7 back into coverage, playing the down and distance situation. That 3rd and 13 forced Romo to move from the pocket to try to check it down. It didn't work. Good job by the secondary.
First punch for the Aussie, Matt McBriar. And Deshaun Jackson is a great punt returner in his days of Cow back deep. 55-yard punt against Jackson with the balloon. And down to the 39, brought it back. 2 for Gio, 2 for Westbrook. A kick return. An all-time potential bonehead play by Deshaun Jackson, who had a touchdown on a big pass to McNabb and then put it on the ground, thinking he was already in the end zone. Had a fumble in the end zone. And Romo fumbling in the end zone. McNabb complete to the 45-yard line.
That's true. You had mistakes on both parts, right? You had Romo fumbling in his own end zone, and you had that one bonehead play where the receiver didn't cross the line or the goal line for the touchdown.
And let's say this so far tonight after that 16-yard game. Philadelphia has moved the ball pretty easily on this Dallas defense.
And Mike, remember this. Their number 1 and number 2 receivers are not even playing in this game. Reggie Brown and Kevin Curtis are out.
Yeah, your number 1 receiver is playing for the Cowboys in this game. Oh, come on.
You hear that little dig? He was like, yeah, you're right. Their number 1 receiver is playing for the Cowboys. That's crazy that he said that. Man, he took shots at the Eagles saying that. Wow. That was bold. I ain't mad at it. That was funny.
Was the best receiver Donovan McNabb ever had. Okay, that's my point. A couple years ago. McNabb trying to get away. Cannot do it. In the grasp. And brought down by Greg Ellis.
Well, Greg Ellis was being blocked by tight end L.J. Smith, and he just couldn't handle him. But what I love to see about a healthy Donovan McNabb, boy, when he's in that pocket, does get a pocket, he's been very good. But right here, he has no chance to throw the football. Greg Ellis was on him too quick. Donovan tried to step up in the pocket. Nowhere to go.
A healthy Donovan McNabb, because when he was unhealthy...
He was, like, grabbing on his jersey, though. I ain't a fan of that. I ain't a fan. I mean, sometimes that happens when you're in the middle of tackling somebody, and it looks different than what it is whenever it's in slow motion, so I get it, but that slow motion with the jersey pull is it's not my favorite.
Philadelphia, for years, there were rumors that he would leave, that he might end up in Chicago, he might end up in Minnesota. You know, that they were tired of him. Now he's healthy, now look what he does. Now they're happy to have him.
Man, it's always something. They always gotta have something to talk about. They, you know, even back then, they were questioning McNabb, like, they always gotta have something to talk about, y'all.
Against Philadelphia, most of the active player against the Eagles. The Nashville was low, was caught by Lorenzo Booker, traded from Miami. Maybe third down about 10.
Don't even mention McNabb now healthy. He's a different quarterback. It's about weight transfer. Look at him come off the back foot. That was the leg that was injured. He drives off that back foot. You see the hip toward driving that ball. I mean, that ball was reported. That's the ball. The way you just see Booker, I mean, he is just supposed that ball in there with big velocity and Ashton. He told us last night he became an arm thrower last year, coming off that ACL circle in 06. 39, deep drop. Lots of time. Good protection. Handcuff him forever. Deshaun Jackson first down at the 24. A gain of 21. Not without his controversies in his career, Donovan McNabb. Not the most popular guy ever in Philadelphia, right? But look at him now. Well, let me get back to this. Remember the 14-second play?
Plenty of time. Dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. You got everybody, all your offensive line throwing up the blocks. Plenty of time to throw on that pass. That was nice. That was a nice play.
Outstanding job by the offensive line once again.
Hey, he just said outstanding job by the offensive line. I was thinking that too. Outstanding job. I was impressed.
There was no tag. It was heard in 2004, that 14-second scramble back completing the deep ball. It looked like he was on the way to doing that when Greg Ellis was trying to pull him down. He was trying to get away. So he had a lot of time.
Hey, I
there,
see a Marcus Spears for the Dallas Cowboys. I miss him.
On second down, McNabb. Down the scene. Too long. And then complete for the tight end, Jason. Andy Reid was telling us the other day about how a team works real hard. Like everybody's hands to the face. Defense, number 96.
Dang. Illegal hands to the face. Dang, defense.
Automatic first down.
See, this is what I mean by these types of penalties. They hurt you in games. You gotta be clean. The quickest way to lose a game is rack up on penalties.
They went out 38-0 last week on St. Louis. And he said, his phrase was, you don't like it when a team falls on the pavement. Said the games he cherishes are the knockdown, drag-out fights within the division. Now, I think he may have been referring to 10-6 games or 13-10 games. Maybe not with scoring like this. But you can't, Andy Reid doesn't look like he's juiced up at the moment. But I got to believe that Andy Reid and Wade Phillips, anybody coaching, everybody playing, is loving this game right here. Yeah, the Eagles spread it out with 4 wide receivers. Look at that attack. Back of Dallas' 6th penalty for 60 yards. It's a problem last week also. They all pointed to West Coast first half. They kind of smelled that one coming. They got him. Where's Waldo? Well, we're closing in on a Monday Night Football record. So the most points in the first half of a Monday Night Football game over the first 38 years in a couple of games. We get 7 more. We'll equal that record here tonight. Been a lot of great Monday night moments.
Mike, I've always said a big team first down passing. The Eagles, their 17 first down plays, 9 passes, 6 or 7, 94 yards. Right now, it's 7 with them. You a big believer in passing on every down. Why don't isolate at the first?
Missile hit by Anthony Henry, cleaned up by Patrick Watkins. And before a Philly field goal,
All right, so field goal attempt because the Cowboys were able to get a stop.
Just 49 seconds to go.
Boy, Donovan took some hits on that sideline and stayed in bounds.
It's 6'2", 240 now. It's a little pressure.
Man, he is a big QB. And I don't mean big as in like fat. I don't mean it that way. I'm not talking to, well, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say.
Down field. Boy, you see these couple hits right there. Those are linebackers. Yeah, you want to stay healthy, Josh. Yeah, I agree with you. It's so fascinating to him that he feels good for the first time in 5 years that he's out there getting knocked around.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Burnett, although Kevin Burnett's a linebacker, he only weighed 227. Donovan's probably closer to 245. Pickens from 22 adds to his 34 and 44-yard field goals. And Philadelphia has hung 24 points on Dallas in the second quarter to lead by 9.
You see McNabb there, and Andy Reid has been his coach every single day that he's been in the pros.
Look at the score. It's like, what, 21 to 30? Like, man, I'm not a fan. I'll just go ahead and tell you now. I'm not a fan of high-scoring games, especially in football, right? Because it shows lack of defense. But this really, I mean, I thought the defense was decent on both sides of the ball. It was just mistakes that they made. So you had Tony Romo fumbling in his own end zone, and then you had that one wide receiver for the Eagles who released the football before crossing the goal line. Like, I'm not stupid mistakes. Not a fan.
It's rare that happens. It's 10 years now. I had some thought going into this year that maybe Andy Reid would not be back given the horrifying tragedy at home with his children, with his sons, each one being incarcerated. And I thought that if Andy Reid left because he said this is too much for me,
Andy Reid's been through it, y'all. Andy Reid, he's been through it.
Great protector of Donovan McNabb. He loves McNabb. Both are back. And their bonding is the spine of the Philadelphia Eagles for 10 years now. Donovan availed himself to Andy Reid, said, I want to be the guy. If you need to talk to anyone, talk to me.
Oh, yeah, you brought up Culpepper. 260. That was the biggest QB I've seen play in my lifetime. What was Ben Roethlisberger? I can't ever say his name. I just call him Big Ben. But what was Big Ben's? Can you Google that, Quan? Can you Google that for me real quick? Google what was Big Ben's size as a QB, because I'm curious.
You hear Andy Reid say all the time, Donovan McNabb is my quarterback. I know he's gotten beaten up physically. I know he's gotten beaten up in the media. He always knew that I had complete faith in him, and that if he were healthy, he'd be my guy no matter who was drafted, no matter what anybody on Sports Talk Radio said, no matter what anybody wrote. And the fact that one is healthy and both are happy give the Eagles a bonding that other teams in the league, Jaws, they don't have. They're here for each other on the field and off.
Felix Jones to take the kickoff.
All right, so he was 240. That, now see, in my time, that was the biggest one that I had seen. Let's see. Let me look up. I need to look up Dante Culpepper now, though, because I'm curious. Dante Culpepper. Let me click play here.
Away. And blood down at 21-yard line. That was the timeout. 39 seconds left. So Eagles Cowboys in 04. That was the game that McNabb had that wild scramble play in 14 seconds you talked about.
49
passed
now.
that to the third highest scoring first half. In the now 38-plus year history
but
of
I
Monday
want to see
Night
how
Football.
long he played in the league.
1988. The largest first half score. It was a Halloween game, Mile High.
There's still 39 seconds left.
That's right.
So he played until
John's record still. Kept trying to get this side.
2009. Okay.
Jason Wicks hurt his shoulder earlier in the first half. Comes back out inbounds, only 2 yards. One time out on the turning
You know,
block.
I really didn't watch Culpepper like that. I'll be honest with you, because I was mainly watching Romo. What is up, L.Y.? Good to see you here. Y'all, it's crazy how the special teams has progressed. Like, these kickers, these field goal kickers are impressive. The distance is getting longer and longer, and I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I think it makes for an interesting game. right, we're going into the third quarter here.
Cowboys moving to their new digs in Arlington come next season. Tony Romo had a couple of big mistakes in the first half. He had his team down 6 and they get the ball first as we start the third quarter. David Aiken kicks it. Felix Jones is taking one back tonight. Got down the sideline again. Good kick returned by Jones as he has not got it out at the 34-yard line. Okay, Tony, put the columnist hat back on. Where do you begin to tell the story in a few words of this game?
Well, here, first of all, before you start writing, you think this, that it's a privilege to watch games.
Okay, I can't remember who asked earlier, was this a Sunday night or a Monday night game? It was a Monday night game. It was a Monday night game.
See these powerhouse teams banging on each other quite like that. And then you begin to write that it's games like this where you understand why people pay the money that they pay to athletes like Terrell Owens.
It threw me off because, you know, those two are gone, and what's his name on the far end? He is with NBC now, so they cover NBC. You have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on ESPN Monday night. So many changes that go on.
Romo and Donovan McNabb and Brian Weber. This is a privileged kind of game to watch.
Romo on the Cowboys starts to the 34. Did that the running game in the first half. Marion Barber changes that. This half. Gave a big change to the Philadelphia 48. Barber Buckley makes the tackle. Where do you see Dallas adjusting in this half, Ron?
Mike, they've got to get their running game going. They've got, number one, rest their defense a little bit. They've been on the field for far too many snaps. Just a little counter game. The Eagles are a fast, slow defense. Give the counter, fake it left, bounce it back, and right. Good run by Marion Barber.
Yeah, that was a decent run.
Balance back on their offense.
Barber,
you know what I just thought of? That was a three-man booth. A three-man booth for the game coverage. Tony Romo talked about this on on whose podcast was it? New Heights with the Kelsey brothers. He said that he wasn't a fan of doing the three-man booth. And I wish they would have elaborated on that more. But he said he wasn't a fan of the three-man booth, and I wonder why that is. Like, I just wonder if it was just too crowded, or if he just didn't like all the talking. I would probably feel the same. I would feel like it was too crowded and just too much talking between all three. I think that's a little too much. So I get why. I think I'm a fan of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman game coverage. I know not everybody likes it, but to me, that's my favorite one personally. I like Joe Buck. I like his calling. I like his voice for covering the games. And, of course, Troy Aikman. It's a proven system with two people, yeah. Yeah, three-man booth is a bit too much. And I want to say, which one is it? I think it's ESPN when they do the two-game coverage and they bring in Dan Orlovsky. Is it Ryan Clark that they bring in? I'm trying to think of the other one they bring in. But they bring in, I know Dan Orlovsky's one of them, but they, I believe, do a three-man booth. But it's only for a certain time. They don't do it all throughout the season. It's only for a few games they do that. But I can't remember. Didn't they say recently that I don't know, they're making changes. So I can't remember if they were getting rid of that or if they were going to keep it. I don't know. I should start yeah, go for it. 3 a.m. Yeah, go for it. I'd support it.
But actually, whip motions out of it. Romo peeling out there, flag down, run away. Looks like a hold on the Cowboys.
Still hits the hands to the face. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. First down.
The four-time Pro Bowler slows out. Right? 6 DBs and able to get a guy streaking free behind that. I'm glad it shows that double move really setting it up for a TO. First 20 Eagles bring some heat. Romo got rid of it quickly. The pass is incomplete. Listening to Tom Jackson and Boomer at halftime. First of all, poor Tommy, defensive guy, watching the first half going nuts. But will Philadelphia bring more pressure to your mind in the second half?
And they just did on that play. In fact, that's what Tony was doing. He was throwing the hot route out to Martellus Bennett in the flat because there was pressure in his face. You've got to hit those. Well, Jim Johnson's going to see that the pressure got to him. He wants to get Tony Romo to play back. To do that, he'll bring some heat. He'll bring some safety blitzes. He'll bring some corner blitzes.
Yeah, everyone, y'all got to subscribe to 3 a.m. Adoptee Voices. Subscribe to his channel. Like, they do great work over there bringing awareness about adoption. And it's a topic that everyone needs to know. Whether you are adopted or you're not, it's important to be equipped with this information because you never know who you're going to encounter and who you can help just by knowing this information. So please make sure you are subscribed to 3 a.m. Adoptee Voices. Please.
Fullback Deion Anderson led the way to the right. Robert King to the left. Sheldon Brown finished it off, and the work was done by Chris
Yeah,
Wilcox.
3 a.m., you know, drop it in the Discord which games you would want me to cover, because I can cover whichever games you would want to watch. But you said it makes me want to watch some old football games. Yeah, I can cover some old Lions games, or even if I can find, like, any Michigan games that you would want me to cover, I can try to do that. There was one game, if I can find it, there was one game from the Lions and the Cowboys at Thanksgiving, and the Cowboys ended up losing that game. I can't remember what year that was, but that one really irritated me. I know that was like 2009 to 2012, probably, somewhere around that time frame.
On the touchdown earlier, his first NFL touchdown after the Romo mistake in the end zone. 3rd down, 22. We mentioned the defensive pressure of the Eagles. And now this is always one of those fun downs. 3rd down and long to see who's coming. Who is Jim Johnson, the veteran defensive coordinator, going to play? But he'll roll 8 defensive line there, so he's always has some fresh guys that down forward, down to the quarterback. And these linebackers love to play downhill. They do in this situation because they're dying on the field, 6 defensive backs. Because they just commit 3rd and 22.
See, this is what I mean, but I'm wondering if that is not the same center that Tony Romo had trouble syncing with, because did you see the snap? That snap had a lot of power behind it, and I almost thought Tony Romo was going to lose that ball right there. The way he, like, had to reel it in, I'm not a fan of that. And I can show you those games where those snaps were horrible. They were either too high, too low, and it caused a lot of problems for Tony Romo.
First hit by Terrence Newman. Hit Hamill with the finish. Went to his first Pro Bowl last year. The submarine by the Cowboys. Westbrook goes over the top. Big kick by Rocco. Beautiful kick. Took out of Pat Van Jones all the way back to the 15. He didn't get to the near side. He has space. But Sean Considine got to him at the 20. And stops. Celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Mexican Independence Day. Starting at sundown tonight, celebrating all day tomorrow. Romo to whip, 7 yards, 27-yard line.
Not play phonetic, that's why he studied Tom Brady. So far, it's pretty good. Make one mistake there.
178 Barber, keeping the play alive. Attacked by half the Eagles defense, 3rd down. It's kind of interesting, and he went to study the film of Brady for doing that, and Tom gets hurt standing tall in the pocket this year, but he felt it could help his offensive line run if he was able to be more calm and not slide up, and get closer to the rush.
Well, frenetic quarterbacks, those guys that move around the pocket when there's no pressure, do hurt their offensive line. They move into pressure. They move
Memories?
I've always said Tom Brady's most mobile quarterback.
You said memories, right? Right?
I don't be running around. I mean, those subtle moves in the pocket. Beat yourself up. Let's go to football. Let's study anyone. Study great. One day, you want to? Yeah, stay down.
Yeah. 3rd and a couple. T.O. in the slot. And Felix Jones the other way in the 1st down. Coming out past the 32-yard line. And the Cowboys move Ching.
Now, watching Felix Jones, well, you get the same feeling you have David Felix Jones. He was like one step away from breaking a big play.
I enjoyed being at practice on Saturday, and when Felix Jones would be involved in the play and made a play, Jerry Jones had a smile. Like, that's one of my own. Now, one of my guys. They are both Arkansas guys, and as Mort said so well during the draft, Chris Mort said, surely Jerry coveted either getting McFadden or Felix Jones from Arkansas into this Cowboy team. On the far side, Tony Curtis, the tight end.
Decent, not bad.
So from Asante Samuel at the 30.
It's just so easy, though, if you're Jerry Jones, to give clothing to Felix Jones, and you don't have to take out the labels, because they're made exclusively for Mr. Jones, so that works out. So they've got that. Hell, you know. I've been waiting the whole day on that.
Wait, Felix Jones was a Tulsa native? I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. I like Felix Jones. He had great returns.
Like I'm seeing out this Eagles defense. A little more zone in secondary, forcing Tony Romo to check down, short passing game. Romo over the top to Barber. The linebacker on skates and able to get the 1st down. So a nice post catch run by Barber to knock down Stuart Brad. The longest we've gone in this whole game without a score. Pretty close.
Yeah, Romo, once again, you'll see calm in the pocket, surveying the field, looks left, looks right, checks it down to Marion Barber. Real good job of standing tall in the pocket, finding an open receiver. Gets up on his toes, deliver the football.
Oh, wait, so you're in North Carolina too? You said, I've been on that Texas stadium grass. I was at a youth football camp there. I moved back to North Carolina not too long ago after I grew up in both states. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, my cousin, he went there for this wide receiver combine, and let's see, I had a friend, actually, one of my friends, her mom, and she had a cousin. They were Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, so. And I just want to be clear, that's not why I'm a Dallas fan, okay? That's not why I'm a Dallas fan.
Tony Curtis moved, and a second hack thrown. That usually means 2 fouls, the movement penalty, and perhaps unsportsmanlike conduct on Trent Cole. That's what the hat signifies? Okay. Oh.
There are 2 fouls on the play. False start, offense, number 89. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense,
those penalties will offset.
The false start is disregarded. 15-yard penalty on the defense. Automatic first down.
Well, if you're a
oh, you can't be doing that. That ain't gonna fly with me, buddy. Ain't no way.
You move. What are you supposed to do? Stop? You come across and hit him. This is football. You probably don't have to hit him quite like that.
Yeah, you don't have to hit him quite like that.
Struck by the face. Yeah, so that wasn't the same mark. Yeah, it was just personal foul. Okay. Carries the for cheerleading, so I put his hand in. Seemed like he tried to take his head on. It's football, though. That is that.
Yeah, but before the play even starts, come on now.
Eagles. Brings the Cowboys into defending territory for 43, and Romo wants Barber. Good hold, and
great run.
Takes it to the 24-yard line. He finishes off run, 10-19. He is a fun guy to watch running the football line, and everything is shaking, everything is moving. Nice job on the lead draw here. Whitten leads up inside. Nice hold from Aaron Barber. Gets to the outside. Look at him, just knock Lucilio Hansen out of the way. He's always going to finish the run. He's not looking to go down.
Am I crazy, or does I don't know? I feel like the game has changed so much. I would have to go back and watch Emmitt Smith, right? But I feel like, I don't know. I'm wrong. I was like, can you win with an Emmitt Smith style running back nowadays? But no, you can. You most certainly can. Ignore me.
One of the guys helped open that hole to right guard Leonard Davis. Considered a bust when he was out in Arizona. Number 2 overall pick in the draft. Wants to attack a spot to a guard here in Dallas. He gets Pro Bowl last year. Good luck there. Cowboys trying to take the lead. Romo. Take down to Curtis. Tight end is thrown down by Omar Gaither. Once again, a real nice job by
you're
Tony
good,
Romo.
haha. I was already a Cowboys fan before I moved to Texas. Living in Texas is not why I'm a fan either. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan because, like, that's who I grew up watching. Like, that's where I learned the game of football with, like, my dad is the Dallas Cowboys, watching the Dallas Cowboys. My dad didn't force me to be a Cowboys fan, but I got attached to the players, and naturally I became a Cowboys fan myself. So that's how I became a Cowboys fan. And how my dad became a Cowboys fan is because the Carolina Panthers were not established until like 98. So my dad growing up didn't have a team to pull for. So he it was either the Washington Commanders, some are Bears fans in North Carolina, or Dallas fans, because they didn't have nobody else to go for. And my dad, he's seen the star on the helmet, and he was like, man, that looks American. And that's who he went for. My dad, he's like, Chelsea, don't tell people that. But I can't help it. He was a kid, okay? My dad was a kid whenever he decided to be a Dallas fan. So I like the story. I think it's special. I think it's cool how he became a Dallas fan. And you know, he was a Dallas fan like later in his life. I think he was in his 20s, maybe. Like he was in high school and early 20s when the Cowboys won all their Super Bowls, probably. Me, I have been through my entire childhood, my 20s, and now I'm in my 30s. And I have not seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. Isn't that insane to think about? Emmitt was overrated As long as that line is as good as he had, you can. Okay, yeah, see, erroneous. See, I thought maybe I was tripping. Maybe I was tripping, but I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not, since according to what you said. Because I looked back. I mean, I haven't watched some of the old games in a while, but I looked back at some of them not long ago, and I was just like, could an Emmitt Smith in today's league succeed? And I don't know. Like, I feel like Saquon Barkley did great, right? But Saquon Barkley had the pieces he needed to be successful. But man, Saquon Barkley is a talent. It's just like a different beast nowadays, because these kids are getting started earlier in the game. And with the advancements of sports medicine and recovery and their nutrition, it's just at an all-time high now compared to what it was back in the day. Emmitt was very intelligent and knew linebackers to run out of position. It's a video that's on YouTube. You should watch. Okay, yeah, I'll try to find it. I'll try to find the one you're talking about. Quan, are you on Discord? You need to be in the Discord, because that's where you could send me content, as Coop says. You could send me content on that very play if you were in the Discord. I will send you the link if you ever want to watch it. Okay, yeah, I definitely want to watch it. Yeah, one of my sons are... Wait, what? Yes, one of sons are one of you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Clutch Sports?
Practicing what he preaches. He's staying calm in the pocket. People around him. Nothing open down the field. Eagles doing a much better job right here. Love this. Up on his toes. Coming over the top. Following through with the throw. Good mechanics. Will lead to consistent quarterback.
I love what he said. I want to be fast in the snap, dropping back. Slow and calm in the pocket. And then fast again when I'm
now,
going to let it go. Get that ball out.
Calm in the pocket. That's where sometimes I feel like Tony Romo was not so calm in the pocket. And I already broke down a few plays where I thought, he did not look very calm. I won't deny Emmitt was... Okay, hold on. I won't deny Emmitt being great, but he's not top 10, 15 like the stats show.
Fast, slow, fast. Do you want to play glasses?
Oh, you're saying a Cowboys fan. Wait, one of your sons is a Cowboys fan? So you're saying one of your sons is a Cowboys fan. That's crazy. I didn't know that, Clutch Sports.
It's 16-yard line. Michael and Dawkins, the safeties are there.
You know, Mike, we talked about the size of the Eagles' offensive line being the heaviest in the National Football League. Well, right behind them, in second place, the Dallas Cowboys, they average 327.4 pounds on the offensive line per player. So the Eagles' front four is a little bit light in the seat. So I think now they want to establish the running game.
Now, see, this is what I mean. I told you all earlier that this 3-4 defense, they would have a nickel package. It had elements of a nickel package in it, or sub package. Some people call it a sub package, nickel package. Anyways, it's where they're bringing in the 4-man front here.
Thanks for that 4-4. I appreciate that. That was what Mike did. He loves it. Yeah.
I mean, not here. I mean, they're on offense right now, but he was talking about the defense from earlier.
The first down. Wait, that's 13. Romo. Put Romo out of the backfield.
Touchdown. Let's go. That was smooth. That was quick. Look, I mean, got that ball out quick. That's a play right there. That was good. Didn't think twice about it. He knew where his man was going to be, and he got that touchdown.
Touchdown.
Great play. I'm a fan of that.
Mike, once again, play calling is about probability, not certainty. Third down and less than 5 yards are likely to get man-to-man coverage. Jason Garrett dialed up the man passing play. He got Marion Barber matched against Stewart Bradley, a linebacker, could not run with him. An outstanding play call by Jason Garrett.
It's crazy because we had... I thought Jason Garrett was great. I thought Jason Garrett was great as offensive coordinator, and I liked him. I thought he was good as a head coach. I know that the complaint was people were ticked off because he wasn't taking risky moves and challenging things. But you know what's funny is Mike McCarthy didn't do anything. And what ticked me off when there was times that Mike McCarthy should have challenged a couple plays. Maybe I'll go back and break those down. But the times that Mike McCarthy should have challenged, he didn't. And it ticks me off because I go back to when he threw the challenge flag when Des Bryant caught the ball. That ticks me off so bad. And I'm like, you did that for them, but you're not doing that for us. Like, oh. I hate the 3-4 defense. I much prefer a 4-3. I'm the opposite, Erroneous C. I'm the opposite. And you know what's funny, Erroneous C, is the 3-4 defense is the most popular defense in the NFL. So I'm a fan of the 3-4 defense, and like I said, they use that, or Nick Saban in college, he used the 3-4 defense with a nickel package, sub-nickel package, but they moved, it makes me so mad. But I get why they had to do it, right? Because Alabama lost key players, and I guess they had to make those changes. So they moved from the 3-4 defense to a 4-3 defense hybrid. It's called, Kane Womack calls it the swarm defense, and it's a 4-2-5, like an element of the 4-3. But I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the new Alabama defense, but it's just part of the game, how college football is now. But yeah, I'm a fan of the 3-4 defense in the NFL. You know, fun facts, Tom Landry created the 4-3 defense in the Hail Mary. Yeah, I feel like for a time, right? For a time, the 4-3 worked, but I'm not a fan of it now. Like, as the game changes, you have to adapt, and I feel like you get more stops and better coverage. Well, it just depends on the situation. I won't say all the time, but there's a reason why now the most popular is the 3-4. Let me Google it real quick too, because I want to be sure. I'm gonna Google it. But I'm pretty sure the most used one right now is the 3-4 defense. In the NFL. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh wait, okay, so it says, oh man, it says 4-2-5. So they do the swarm defense, right? It's similar to like what Kane Womack does. Okay, wait, no. Let me keep reading. So it says, while nickel is the most common personnel base, often alternating before the 3-4 defense, like you have the 3-4 fronts, and then you have the elements of the 4-3, like I said, with the nickel package. Yeah, okay. So, I guess it's not fair to say that, 3-4 is the most popular. It wouldn't be correct for me to say that. 4-3 is equally as popular too. They use both of them. What I prefer personally is the 3-4, and that's what the Cowboys are switching to. The Cowboys are switching back to a 3-4 defense, which I'm a fan of. Most teams are running hybrids if they have the personnel. Yeah. Well, I feel like the reason why they run the hybrids is because it's the most adaptable for these players if you don't have the personnel, because that's like I said, that's why part of the reason Alabama switched their defense is because they didn't have the personnel, so they switched to the swarm defense, which is the what do you call it again? 4-2-5, 4-2-5. Hold on, I just said it a few minutes ago and now I lost my train of thought. 4-2-5, yeah, 4-2-5. You know what I was gonna say? 4-2-5, 3-4, Lakers in 5. I gotta stop with that. Okay, back to the game.
It's like Favre with a new playbook. I got 4 or 5 plays down. Don't ask me to go deep in the playbook, all right?
We just keep feeding you that one. Keep running it until they stop it, Mike.
Give me the slack, coach. The thing 1 to 30.
I guess it would be fair to say this. I should have rephrased it like this. So either way, a team is going to utilize one of the two, right? You're either going to have 3-4 with the nickel packages and the sub packages, which is part of, you know, little elements of the 4-3, or you're going to have a 4-3 as your base, but then you're going to have elements of the 3-4.
Led by a wall, white-shirted Cowboys, 25. 5th league change tonight. Now it's banter. McNabb got away from the market where and got it out to the buckle. Handling with tackle. Sensitive and tough.
Yeah, that was great. We talked about pocket awareness. You almost have to have that 6th sense.
Obviously, you are foul for that one, man. That was a little mean. Let's go. Let's see what jokes I have for you, Erroneously. Okay, I know the perfect one that I'm gonna say to you.
That kind of hurted me though, cause it's like, why would you think that of me?
Second, it's Westbrook seeking the first down. Zach Thomas brings him down as well. So 40 nice to know
that kind of hurted me, Erroneously, because like, why would you think that? Why would you think that? Why would you think that Tony Romo would throw an interception? Nah, you want to know what he did, Erroneously? He fumbled in his own end zone, Erroneously, and he did have an interception. He had one interception, fumbled in his own end zone, and what else happened? But, Erroneously, one of your wide receivers celebrated too early, didn't cross the goal line with the ball, and yeah. So, we even.
The best quarterback in Philadelphia Eagles history. Now, I don't know which one it is.
Is that Jaws or is that Donovan McNabb?
I'm giving Jaws credit.
Was it Deshaun Jackson who did that? I can't remember which one it was. Deshaun Jackson did make great plays, though. I feel like he made up for that if he was the one who did it.
Most wins in 1-2. McNabb just went past Jaws. Touchdown passes we saw tonight, getting even there. All the stat categories with Jaws still leads. Donovan will pass him here pretty soon.
But here's where he doesn't ever pass him. He doesn't pick up the check like Jaws does. He doesn't go out deep with Jaws at the time.
They're both pretty good. One green and share their green. If Matt's throw cannot be caught riding by Hank Baskett. That's it. But now, let me be serious about it. It's kind of being close to see about Jaws. I'm not saying it because we have to deal with you 16 weeks a year. But you really love Jaws. Donovan never got that point of view. At the end of your play, were you loving it? Not necessarily. Everything's on 2 by 7,000.
Show the people the win.
I always have a win. You know that. I always say that.
I'll get Thomas out of that win.
You know, another thing, let's see what you said. Hurts is the best QB in Eagles history. I like that. I like that, Erroneously. I'm with you on that one. McNabb is the most talented. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I agree. 100%. That's why I don't like any type of Jalen Hurts slander. I don't like it one bit. You already know. You already know my feelings on that. If I see someone, even a Dallas fan, if I see any Dallas fan trying to insult Jalen Hurts, I'm gonna let them have it. I am gonna hold you. I'm gonna let them have it because I ain't here for that. I ain't here for the criticism of Jalen Hurts. But that's just me. Maybe I'm biased, y'all. Maybe I'm a little biased, okay? Let's see, which one is it?
That's just me. Now, maybe I'm biased a little bit. Maybe I'm biased a lot of bit. But who cares for this discussion? That's
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It depends on the players you have. It's not just the scheme. The scheme has to match the players. Yeah, that's what I said. 4-3 is better suited if you have the players to match the scheme, and vice versa with the 3-4. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's exactly what I said.
Seeing the 62 there of Max T. Gillis. He's playing guard. Sean Andrews, back-to-back Pro Bowls, out with a back injury. So at right guard, Philadelphia this season.
And you know, what I was gonna say before too is Tony Romo dropped dimes in this game. Like that 71-yard or 72-yard pass to Terrell Owens, that was beautiful. Beautiful. But then equally, McNabb had great passes like that too. He was dropping dimes. So I was impressed with both of these QBs in this game. Now, I didn't appreciate, I'm looking back at this game now, but I could not stand, y'all, I was young, okay? But I could not stand the Eagles. I couldn't stand them. I wanted them to lose. I probably wanted their players to not get hurt bad, but at least be taken out of the game. Y'all, I was petty, okay? I was a little bit petty. I couldn't stand the Eagles. I just couldn't stand them. Now that I'm older, I don't wish anything bad on any player, right? I don't. I want to see them do well, and now I'm appreciating it. I wish I would have appreciated it like I am now, back then, but you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
3rd and 1, the corner for Westbrook, you got it.
You see, I still don't like that towards Dallas. I get it. I get it. I get it. Because those, I was going to say the Dallas fans can be annoying, but also equally, you can't, I ain't going to hold you. Those Eagles fans, they can, they say they can be extreme. Well, no. I was going to say, the batteries in the snowball, what else happened? The way y'all cuss people out. The way the Eagles fans will cuss somebody out. They say that Eagles fans can be just as extreme. Me personally, I get along with Eagles fans now. And maybe that's because I'm not a hater, but I don't have a problem with Eagles fans. I'm trying to think of a fan base that I just cannot get along with. Now, I feel like I can get along with any fan base just because I'm not. Oh, college is a different story with me, y'all. College is a different story. Can't stand Clemson. College, okay, catch me in college. How about that? Because I'm telling you, I can't stand Clemson. Can't stand Clemson. Can't stand Tennessee. Who else do I not like? Don't like Michigan. Don't like Ohio State. But I would say Clemson. I've gotten into, I need to screenshot this argument I got into. This guy, he tried to date me, and I got into it with him over Clemson. I told him off. And I'm surprised, like, this guy still tried to talk to me. And I'm like, I told you off, and you still trying to talk to me? But I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Clemson. And don't like Tennessee either. Also don't like Duke, but that's in basketball. I don't like Duke basketball. Dallas, see? Okay, for me, it was the Eagles, Patriots. Didn't like the Giants. Didn't like the, I feel like back then that was me, erroneously. I really didn't get along with Patriots fans back in the day. I had a classmate who was an Eagles fan, and I had a classmate who was a Patriots fan. I'm glad because the Dallas would beat the Eagles, and I would tell that kid off. I would tell that Eagles fan off. And then there was that Patriots fan. What was his name? I think his name was Justin. But that was one of my classmates. He was the Patriots fan. I couldn't stand him. And I couldn't say nothing to him. Because the Patriots were winning. I think that the 1 year where the Patriots were undefeated, but they lost in the Super Bowl, that is the only time I could talk trash. Oh, 49ers. No. Okay. 49ers is top. If I had to pick a team that I really just can't stand, it's the 49ers. But I will say this. I don't hate on them as much as I used to. I've gotten soft-hearted, y'all. Look at me. I've gotten soft-hearted with this. But I like Mac Jones being the backup quarterback. I like I'm not the biggest fan of Brock Purdy, but I do think he's a great guy. He's a great role model for kids to look up to. Yeah, I try to say something positive about the 49ers, but that's all I got. I really just don't like the 49ers. Now, I have a good reason to not like Michigan, and they've heard me rant about this. The chat has heard me rant about this plenty of times, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, Clutch Sports. The reason why I don't like Michigan is because of Jim Harbaugh. Actually, it's not just Jim Harbaugh. It's also how they done Sharon Moore. But let's just start off with Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh, the year they won the national championship, they cheated their way to the top. That you got to think, the year prior, Jim Harbaugh was one of the coaches listed on the hot seat. They said it's a championship or bust for Jim Harbaugh. So I thought, this man is going to cheat his way to the top and then go to the NFL. Sure enough, what happened? That's what he did. He cheated his way to the top, got Michigan hit with a ton of fines, including the recruitment penalties. So then he got the 10-year show cause put on him. He couldn't return to college. So then he went to the NFL, and now he's with the Chargers. That's the first thing. That's the first thing I don't like. That's the first thing, right? So here's the second thing with Sharon Moore. Yeah, now I've said it before, Erroneous C. I get why people talk about Sharon Moore. Like, he played a part in it too. Like, we know all that, right? We get it. We get it when it comes to Sharon Moore. But equally, what I don't like about it is the fact that they knew about the affair the entire time and did nothing. They did nothing. They knew about it. The only time it was a problem was when that girl reported it, when she was petty. And even he admitted in that body cam footage, he said, I tried to end it. She threatened to sue me. I think he was wanting to end it, and she was having problems accepting it. So she got petty, decided to report the affair, and cause all these problems for Sharon Moore. But she shouldn't have, on her part, she shouldn't even engaged in the affair to begin with. She knew he was married. She knew he was a head coach. She should have told him no. That's what pisses me off, is we need to hold her accountable too. That's what I don't like, is it seems like we're putting the sole blame on Sharon Moore, and I don't think that's fair. When she played a part in it, and she could have told him no, knowing he had a family, knowing he was married, and knowing he was one of the few black head coaches. That's what I don't like. So I just can't stand Michigan. Can't stand Michigan because of that. Thank you, Momo Rants. Momo, you came in at a good time. Look at me. Now the tables have turned. Now you get to hear me rant. Oh, man. All right, back to the game.
Down. One half step away from Anthony Spencer chasing him down.
The others have a home version of the game, and McNabb has a live version of the game.
And McNabb has survived 10 years with one team in a very...
He's going to 4 NFC title game and a Super Bowl.
That's great for it. And he's going to hit with Andy Reid. That's one of the reasons he's been successful. Fires down the seam. What a good play by Zach Thomas, running back in his 13th year, and it sets his 10th. Well, that was an outstanding play by Zach Thomas. This play was dialed up to get L.J. Smith matched up against Zach Thomas. And look at the play by Thomas. He read L.J. Smith's arms and eyes.
He didn't see the ball.
Exactly. He was reading L.J. Smith, and he picked his arm up and knocked that ball down.
There's a certain amount of fortune in that the pass hits you in the arm.
You may say it's fortune. I would say it's intelligence by reading L.J. Smith's hands in his eyes and reacting to what he was doing. Zach Thomas, well, he didn't disagree. Second down, McNabb. Get to Sean Jackson. Caught it. Held on. At the 35, that's why he can't have one. That's a game of 13.
First down for the Eagles.
And a first down. You got to see Zach Thomas and the intelligence and veteran experience he's got in all the...
Did Hamlin push that ref off of him? I think that ref touched him, and he just wow. I'm surprised flags... I feel like today, if that had happened, flags would have been thrown.
Passing downs on third downs, which he's enjoying as we visited with him earlier this week. Enjoying not having to be the team spokesman, not having to get answers every question when it comes up after a game, as he was in Miami for many years, good and bad. Still a darn good football fan. Not what he used to be, but darn good. McNabb nearly fell. Westbrook lost the football. Very rare for him, but he's able to get it back at the 46-yard line. Hatcher was in there. His fourth fumble, Mike, in like ever? I mean, Westbrook almost never fumbles the football. You'll see right here the spread play. Donovan struggles a little bit.
Oh, man. Just a bad handoff, I guess. Bad handoff, and Westbrook struggled to gain possession of the ball. Yeah, okay. So he struggled to gain possession of the ball, and a defender was already right there on him and was able to knock it out. Man.
Football. And that'll be McNabb.
He's lucky he gained control of it. He regained control of it, but it was taken for a loss.
Clearly had control of the ball. Donovan was stumbling out. Mike is really good. He's on top baller. He's gonna get
This is his job, Jaws. I know you've been working with him a while. This is his job.
He's darn good at it. Why's a quarterback to do that? Look at some Roy Williams not out there.
You know what I miss? I feel like we don't see that as much nowadays, but I kind of miss the days where the players would take their helmets off and then they would throw on a ball cap. You really don't see that like you used to. I'm trying to think if I've seen in recent time, I don't know if I've seen Dak Prescott take his helmet off and then like throw on a ball cap or anything. I feel like I've seen him throw on, we call them toboggans over here. I know people in Canada call toboggans sleds, okay? I know. But here, we call toboggans are beanies for us. I'll say beanies too, but we mainly call them toboggans. But anyways, I feel like that's one thing I have seen is like Dak Prescott throw on like a beanie or a toboggan during a game, but that's it. You don't know, not really much of the ball caps anymore. Brian Westbrook was really underrated, a better catcher than runner, but still good. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting take on that, Erroneously. Great input. That was Romo's thing. T.O. did a lot in Dallas too. Okay, you said did it. Okay, and Dallas too. Okay.
This game has the feel of a game that the last team with the ball is going to win. Nobody can stop anybody ultimately, and whoever gets the ball with 4 minutes left going to march all the way down and win the game. Excellent second.
He's saying it's one of those games where it comes down to who has the ball last.
By Brian Westbrook. Here, Keith Davis hasn't stopped. He keeps fighting, keeps battling, he's scratching, and crosses the plane for the Eagles touchdown. 12 touchdowns tonight?
Three tonight. 1 receiving, 2 rushing. What a job using his body.
And I will say this, it's not like the defense was bad in this game. Like, I thought the defense was, decent in the game. The only thing is you had some errors on both sides of the ball. So you had, Romo fumbling in his own end zone and an interception, and you equally had McNabb having some trouble as well. So, and then of course I mentioned the wide receiver who dropped the ball before crossing the goal line.
He's doing that down the goal line. 5-10, 2-3. Look at it. It's like an arena game, Mike. Could not play their game. Scheduled for Sunday, moves to Monday against Baltimore, and we'll see going forward what will happen. The damage has been assessed. They play the next couple of games in a row. That's one of the small items on the back end of Hurricane Ike. Thoughts of the folks from Texans. Here tonight. Jones to the 3. Felix take it to the 30-yard line. And they're down 6 after the 6th lead change in the game. Sounds like an NBA game. Romo back to work.
Ooh, getting chased down. Man, you see him getting chased down by those defenders? Look at the Eagles defenders all over him.
Like he got
he just threw it away. He threw it away. That was smart. Just throw it away. But man, those Eagles defenders, they were on him.
Sideways.
Oh, you see that? You see that other defender? Man, they were coming quick. Oh, pause. Y'all know what I mean, okay? You know what I mean when I'm saying this, okay? That defender, right at him. I mean, that's impressive. He got that ball out that quick when he did. No way! No, I wasn't expecting this. Y'all, he got having a defender right in your face, getting the ball out quick, and making a run like that, a play like that, that's impressive.
To the Eagle 44. Get a 25. Get it down. That's the job by Tony.
Are you talking about for?
Play a game.
Let me see. Shout out to you, whoever just subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good to have you as a part of the Touchdown Tribe. Let's see. I'm trying to think of who it was that chased. It could have been. I couldn't see the number, but I want to say it was him. Or was it Barber? He was a beast. I thought maybe it was Trent Cole. Or was it both of them? I don't know. That one play, though, he had 2 defenders on him.
The defense. You draw the defense to you. Cisco palm in his face. He just flicks it out to Marion Barber. Got those big horses up in front. Roman Bowman struggling down the field. But a really good job by Tony Romo. He's going to take the hit. Throw the
Wait,
football
what number was Trent? Wait, no. Trent Cole was Trent Cole 58? I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
Side up. Throw the football around Cisco palm.
Okay, 58. Okay, I thought so.
So Kendall, he does that so often too, where he's able to change the direction of his body. You get 3 or 4 more yards. Excellent tight end. Since he came in the league, only Gonzalez, Kansas City, has more catches. Yeah, like you mentioned, ability to catch the football, gain yards after the grab, but what he did there showed his intelligence. The Eagles once again came with the blitz. You see Brian Dawkins coming off yet. That means Jason Witten is hot. The ball must come to him quickly. That's a tight end, the quarterback signature, the same eyes and Justin Property. Second and short. Barber will get the first down. At the 34-yard line.
I never knew he was Marion the Barbarian. That was funny. That was funny. I hated Witten and Barber every time we played them. I never heard, I don't know if I ever paid attention to someone calling him Marion the Barbarian.
Look, this game is. We haven't even mentioned Jessica Simpson, which is absolutely impossible.
What a shame.
The Cowboys, if you look down the field, you see Romo.
Y'all, they brought up Jessica Simpson. Oh, man, that's hilarious. You remember those Jessica Simpson days? Oh, everybody was ticked off. Everybody. If the Cowboys lost, they were blaming it on that poor girl.
I think now, and you guys may disagree, I think that the Cowboys are the largest franchise in all of American sports. I think that star is right now bigger than the Yankee pinch rush. I think everything they do is about bigger and better, that their bigger is bigger than your bigger, their better is better than your better. Jerry Jones is the architect of all this, and yes, the ringmaster of this circus. The guy who says, embrace the light of fame and fortune, bring T.O. here, let Tony Romo pay whoever he wants, make sure that people are talking about that Cowboy, how about them Cowboy, all the time. He's selling that all the time.
You think they're bigger than the Yankees?
I do. I do. In America, I do. I think we'll surpass them because of what the NFL has done in baseball and because of that new star.
It's the area of the field where the Cowboys like to take shots at the end zone. Romo, Josh, one spot away from Whitten, who's now in the end zone. Mike, I am so impressed with that comment.
Edwards.
You were actually paying attention at practice on Saturday. This is the area of the field where the Cowboys do love to attack, and it was just off the fingertips of Jason Witten. Beautifully designed play, just missed by Tony Romo. You pat yourself on the back for going to practice.
Overthrown. I don't know. Should have he came up with that pass? To me, I'm like, every time I see something like that, I'm like, man, I could have caught that. Y'all, go back to my PE highlight days. My PE highlights, man, they'd go crazy. They'd go crazy. I really feel like that. I feel like if ESPN had been there for my gym class highlights, playing football, I mean, it would. I'm not saying I'd be in the NFL, right? I ain't saying I'd be a girl in the NFL. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, I ain't saying that ever. I'm just saying my highlights would look good. I could have made that catch.
What are we talking about here? Practice.
Well, that's a good man. Thank you, Mr. Iverson. Thank you. Felix Jones has checked in the game. There he goes. The end of the yard. Quentin Michael, the more you watch Philadelphia, Quentin Michael keeps making more plays and more plays, game in, game out. Dawkins gets all the cover to safety. This guy at Boise State, pretty good. He's becoming a nosy player, sticking his nose in up the line of scrimmage, making plays. And Adrian Peterson, but Felix Jones, they will learn from National Football League.
You said Chelsea's putting cleats in faces like she's Antonio Brown. That's hilarious. Oh, man. No, y'all. I think I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. Never forget this. Shout out to you, Dominic Hamilton, wherever you are in the world. Y'all, I think he's still my friend. on social media. But shout out to you, Dominic Hamilton. But I'll never forget, we were in PE class playing football, and I was trying to make a stop, okay? And I couldn't pull his flag in time, so I tackled him, and he gets up off the ground, and he is mad. He's like, Chelsea, it's flag football, not tackle. And he is mad. But I was like, I'm just trying to make a stop. My coach didn't say nothing. Shout out to my coach. Didn't say not one word. Just smiled. I think the coach was impressed, y'all. I think the coach was impressed with me. Could y'all imagine though, a little 5'2" girl? I don't even know if I was 5'2" yet, right? Because this had to be like 7th or 8th grade. I don't even know if I was 5'2" yet, but I for sure know that Dominic Hamilton, he was taller than me, okay? But could you imagine a little short girl coming at you like that? Oh man, Chelsea got that dog in her. I'm telling y'all, when I'm competitive, y'all know. Let's go to my memes. Let's go to my memes now. We all know how I am. We all know.
Jim Johnson came with the heat on Tony Romo. He forced a quick release from Tony Romo to Jason Witten. Ryan Dawkins in perfect position to make a tackle.
We all know how I am with my competitiveness, right? Yeah, I guess I might.
Expected that last Philadelphia touchdown, and you were wondering at 36-31, do you go for 2 to take a 7-point lead? Not at all. So early in a high-scoring game, get your short points, so 2 field goals don't beat you. They can only tie you. Conventional wisdom says don't go for 2 unless you have to. Mike Shannon, officially 47. Not get through yet again. And folks, 47 yards field goal makes it a 3-point game, 37-34. And guys, we are witness to the 98th meeting between the Cowboys and the Eagles, and the number 1 total scoring game in Cowboy Eagle history. 78 points was the record. That was the 04 game down here with McNabb and the 4 touchdowns. 29-21. Wouldn't get so Brady said they're close to hitting one all night. He gets a big return here.
Dang, that was the best return I've seen from them. I almost said all night. Like this game's going on right now. Like it's nighttime and it's Monday Night Football. No, okay, I need to act like it's my time zone. Okay, no. That's a good return though. That's a good return. The best one I've seen from them during watching this rewatch.
Well, Jets did his best, Felix Jones, and put Donovan McNabb in business. Plus 45. Deshaun Jackson adds to an NFL milestone here tonight. That game today. Deshaun Jackson has over 100 yards. It's the second game of his career. He's done it the first
I didn't mind. Yeah, okay. I didn't mind the flag, right? I don't mind, especially being a girl. I don't mind that. Of course, I'm a girl. I'd rather play. Trust me, I'd rather play flag than resort to tackling. But I couldn't get the flag. I don't know. I don't know if something was messed up with that. Because why is your flag not coming off? Okay, that's what. So then I just resorted. I made the tackle. Okay, maybe I was, thinking about it now, and how impatient I can be. Maybe I was just impatient, and I just tried once, and I was like, well, it's not coming off, and then I just tackled. Maybe that's what it was. Either way, I made the play. Okay, I made the stop. I did what I had to do to make the play.
NFL history to do that. Ironically, an Eagle, Don Looney, who did it 68 years ago. Oh, man. So historic stuff for Deshaun Jackson. Even with the near bonehead play that he made earlier tonight. He is shaking up on that play. Come out. Take a shot there, Mike. Move to that. Play game 6. And McNabb throws complete for the first down to Greg Lewis. And a note here that we mentioned earlier in the game. All these great quarterbacks for the Cowboys. Adam Jones, Henry Terrence Newman, limited to nickel situation for this groin injury. Mike Jenkins made a good play. Eagles without their top 2 receivers from last year, Reggie Brown and Kevin Curtis. And they're having another good game through the air. Andy Reid loves to throw the football. He has his critics that think he should run the ball a little bit more. But when you see a healthy Donovan McNabb, the plethora of wide receivers and depth that are on his team, man, and that offensive line, I can't forget those guys. Donovan beats right there. Inside 9 minutes now. Whoa, Westbrook lost the field. I don't know if that was confusion there. As McNabb had
did Dallas come up with the ball? Cowboy ball, y'all. Cowboy ball. Let's see what happened. I'm wondering if it was just like a bad handoff. I don't know. I need this slow motion here.
This should be automatic. The quarterback running back exchange. It almost looked like a kind of a double move on him right there. You're going to put it in and pull it out. So now there, he kind of pulls it out and then tries to put
That was I'm like, who's Kermit? But are you talking about Patrick Mahomes? You said if Andy loves to throw, why don't he get Kermit some useful target? Now, is that a shot at Mahomes? Kermit. I'm trying to figure out who's Kermit, unless you're talking about Mahomes. That's funny, Erroneously. If Andy loves to throw, why don't he get Kermit some useful targets? Oh man, that's hilarious. Yes, okay. I thought that was a shot at Mahomes. Y'all, I don't like hearing Mahomes talk. Well, I don't know if I told you all this, but my stepmom, she's a Chiefs fan. And I love my stepmom. Love her. And the reason why she likes the Chiefs is because of Mahomes. She thinks he's such a great guy for what he does off the field. I don't know. I tried to listen to him talk. It's difficult. I do have this one clip of him that I thought was really relatable. I don't know if I've ever added it, but I'm like, man, that's me. That is so me. What is up, Marcus? Good to see you here.
back in again. I'm not sure if they had the reverse on or not because he did have a wide receiver coming around with that to hold the backside of the defense, but boy, that just didn't look right. And again, that will not be a Westbrook fumble. That will be McNabb. Westbrook never had it. First Philadelphia turnover of the night. Look what Don was saying. I had my eye on that wide receiver coming around. Didn't insert the ball properly. That's Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator, dials up. Patrick breaking in the middle. Down his way to the 49ers. 16. Next time here for Dallas. Oh, yeah, excellent job by Romo there, Mike. You got that pocket, that little pressure, moved out, bound Creighton down the field. You know, just a little break to go here now. There's got a little sense of urgency from the Cowboys. Barber.
Oh, not much to gain there. I don't even know. I guess he made it to the line of scrimmage. Oh, 1 yard gain. 1 yard gain.
Everybody automatically assumes in Dallas, of course, that Dallas is a Super Bowl team. And everybody thinks they have the most talent in the league, and maybe they do. So they have to win this game. You have to open up at home.
He said everybody thinks Dallas has the most talented team in the league. What was that show? I never watched any of those shows, but I know something about that proved, the lie detector test proved that was a lie. What show said that? But yeah. The lie detector test proved that that was in fact a lie. That was not the most talented team in the NFL.
In the division against the Philadelphia Eagles, and you have to be, well, how would you have to be? If you believe you're a Super Bowl team, this is the game you must win.
It keeps getting better and better. Like you adding layers on a cake. They said, if you believe you're a Super Bowl team, how many years are we going to keep saying this? And it's like, please, just at this point, like I keep telling everybody, just say we believe it when we see it. That's all you can say about the Cowboys now. I'm a Cowboys fan, okay? Just say that. Just say we'll believe it when we see it. You ain't got to say all that if you believe you're a Super Bowl team or, you know, a Cowboy fan saying, oh, we're going to a Super Bowl every year. Don't stop that. Stop it. You know what? I need to add that Michael Jordan drop. Stop it. Get some help. That's what y'all need to do.
They lost their push again. Well, they made a long season. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket this year. But fans think, Miles Austin making the grabs first of the year. That's what people paint their faces like. That's blue all over his face. That's what they. You know, Terrell Owens has been kind of invisible here in the second half. You're wondering when he's going to make the play. The Eagles have done a good job of adjusting their defensive coverage. They've gone to more zones. They've kept the play in front of them. They've forced something over, wood ball down the field, not take Romo with close shots. So essentially 72-yard catch.
I don't know, Quan. I don't know. I'm not with you on that. I've heard a lot of Cowboy fans say we're going to a Super Bowl. And I'm hearing that now. What are we talking about, Quan? What are we talking about? Because I'm hearing it now. I'm saying, like, I just heard Cowboy fans talk about, okay, if we get Pickens, we could be a Super Bowl team. Because look at what we did in the draft. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's always something with the Cowboys. Even, this is why I keep saying, I said it earlier, it's a lose-lose situation. Whether you keep Pickens or you end up trading him, it's a lose-lose situation either way, because, I mean, to me, the better option is just go ahead and trade him and get the draft picks and the money out of it. Because, you know, we already discussed that's ultimately what Jerry Jones cares about anyways. He don't care about making it to a Super Bowl, right? So might as well just do that if that's the case, instead of just wasting time, like keeping a player that you can't really even do anything with if you don't think you're going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, it's just, and then on the other hand too, is if you do keep him, it's just a lot of locker room drama going on and off the field. Then, you know, Pickens could say, and this is what TJ alluded to earlier when I played that clip, you know, someone who played in the league for 12 years knows what he's talking about with this. He said, if he does end up staying, which everyone has said that they think he'll end up getting traded, but if he does end up staying, he'll play under the tag, but will he perform? And that's been my question. It's like, yeah, even if you keep him though, I don't know if he's going to put his body on the line for $27 million, because you got to think, even Ocho earlier said this, he broke down after all the money that gets spent, he might end up in his pocket with $3 million. After he pays everything that he's got to pay, he might end up with $3 million. So, I feel like it's a lose-lose situation either way for the Cowboys. But yeah, I have, you know, you got me sidetracked, Quan. You got me sidetracked. But I have heard Cowboy fans talking about, if we have Pickens, we'll go to a Super Bowl. But most Chelsea, yeah. I live in Oklahoma, surrounded by Cowboy fans. I can't attest. They do say it often. Okay, you can't attest to it. Thank you. Thank you, Erroneous E. You backing me up. You proving my point too. Like, and you see it all over, like, social, like, I've had Cowboy fans arguing with me recently over this, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy. I'm like, I just don't see how keeping Pickens is going to solve a problem and take us to the Super Bowl. But hear me out on this, and I said this earlier. I would love to be proven wrong. Would I love to be proven wrong by Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, and they actually win a Super Bowl? Because let's face it, making it to a Super Bowl ain't gonna cut it. You gotta win the Super Bowl. It's been how many years? At this point, it's either you win or it's nothing. I feel like if you lost in a Super Bowl, it's going to be even worse, because people are going to make jokes then, oh, you waited that many years and you still couldn't get it done? I mean, I feel like you just got to win the Super Bowl at this point, but, oh man, got me on a rant. I don't know anybody in my life who says that every year. I need to find those people, haha. Search online. I'm telling you, they everywhere. I just spoke with some. Like, I mean, I've been on panels like where they've talked about like the Cowboys did so well in the draft, and that if we have Pickens, we'll make it to a Super Bowl. I think Marcus Spears and Ryan Clark on ESPN. Marcus Spears played for the Cowboys, but they both just said on ESPN, if they keep Pickens, that they have an opportunity to make it to a Super Bowl. Stephen A was like trolling them, and Marcus Spears and Ryan Clark said they brought up how I think it was LSU. He doubted LSU beating Clemson in the national championship, and then LSU ended up winning. And then they brought up the Knicks. They brought up the Knicks because anytime Dallas gets talked about, the only thing you really can do to hurt Stephen A is bring up the Knicks. That's like your only shot at Stephen A. But even they were talking about Dallas going to a Super Bowl. I just wish it would, like, it's just ridiculous. Let's not say that. Let's not say that. Let's just say we'll believe it when we see it. I'd sign and stay out with a mystery injury. I'd sign it and stay out with a mystery injury that can't be seen through imagery. That's what they've talked about. I think now erroneously, I do think if he ends up staying with the tag, he has no choice but to play. But I don't think he will play to. I think he'll put up the stats, right? He's just not going to put his body on the line with $27 million. I know that they gave him injury protection in the contract, right? But even with that, you got to think, if he was to get hurt and be taken out of the game, that's loss of money. He has bills to pay. He has family he's taking care of, and what have you. Like, he has other expenses in his life that he has to address that takes away the majority of his pay. So that's why Ocho said he's going to end up with, maybe $3 million. And this is someone who also was in the league for a little bit. But I think he'll perform, but it's just not going to be the standard as to what everybody's expecting. He's not going to be doing, I wouldn't think he would be doing any Spider-Man jumps. I could be wrong, but I mean, it would be crazy to me to do those Spider-Man plays on a franchise tag. I mean, I shouldn't say too crazy. Let me never say never, right? It wouldn't be too crazy because, on the other hand, he could want to do that and just prove like, hey, you should have paid me. But at the same time, it's like, it goes back to it being a lose-lose situation for the Cowboys. Because even if they do keep him, he plays well, they choose to do another franchise tag, you still end up having to pay him more money. You'll end up paying him like $30 million plus on a second franchise tag. So what was the point? That just goes back to what TJ said. It's a lose-lose to me. One tackle and, I'm grabbing my leg. And refusing team doctors. That's another thing too, is signing. That's one thing that Dallas is a pain about. I don't know about other teams as much, but they did this to Trayvon Diggs. Because Trayvon Diggs didn't use their team of doctors, you got to think, with his first ACL injury, he used their team of doctors. But with his second ACL injury, I don't know if he didn't like the medical treatment, but he chose to go somewhere else. And because of that, the Cowboys deducted his pay. I mean, that's just so slimy, dirty of the Cowboys. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that.
We'll see Lito's stepping out of that, so he shadows him. Lito's had success against Theo, and he wasn't on him for me.
Oh, wait. Let me address what you said, Quan, over here. You said, but what is wrong about positivity anyway? I think people just want Cowboy fans to shut up. Nobody should shut up. Eagles fans were just as loud before they even had one ring for 50 years. Okay, well, I feel like the Eagles, they've done things, right? The Eagles have done things. They've won NFC championships. They've accomplished more than what the Cowboys have done. So I feel like the Eagles fans have more to say than what the Cowboys should. I feel like the Cowboys should just shut up and let their playing do the talking. That's what I feel like they should shut up and just let the plays do the talking. Because if you don't have nothing to show for it, what's the point? You know what? I know a Lions fan, actually. I know a Lions fan. Actually, I know a lot of Lions fans. But this Lions fan, and actually the majority of the Lions fans that I do know, like 3 a.m., they call it like it is. They tell you how it is. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? I have yet to meet a Lions fan that doesn't just tell you how it is with the Lions. Like, do they want to see their team win? Of course. But are they telling you they're going to Super Bowl? I'm trying to think if I've heard a Lions fan say they're going to Super Bowl. I can't think of a Lions fan. Erroneously, you can help me out on it. But have we heard any of the Lions fans say anything like that? I don't know. Emmitt Smith got talked about. Eagles fans told him they would win a Super Bowl every year, and then we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the 90s. We're not talking about that. We're talking about right now, like current years. Since then, since that happened, I feel like the Eagles have had more to cheer about. They've won divisions. They've won a Super Bowl recently. They have more to cheer about. They have proof to back up what they're saying, right? What do we have? What do we have to back up what we're saying? We haven't won a Super Bowl in how many years? Like, what proof do we have to back up being so loud? Now, don't get me wrong. I see your point to a degree, right, Quan? I think it is good to cheer for your team, to say encouraging words. That's why you hear me speak positive about Dak Prescott and the team. Like, I love the team, right? I want to see them succeed. I've said it before. I want to see Dak. He's one quarterback I've always wanted to see go to a Super Bowl. But the way Jerry Jones is as an owner, do I think it will happen? I don't know. Probably not. I ain't... Never say never, but it has not looked promising in so many years. Oh, what's up, Tiffany? Good to hear. Good to see you here. You came in the middle of my little discussion about Cowboys. Just stop saying we're going to Super Bowl every year. I have heard it, but not from the majority of the fan base. Okay, yeah. See, I haven't heard it from 3 a.m. I know that Coop is more of a NBA fan than he is the NFL, but even he really don't say much about the Lions going to the Super Bowl. Ty Pro, I don't think he said that they've had shots at going to a Super Bowl, but I don't think he's ever said we are going to the Super Bowl. And yeah, I really can't think of any of the others. Hate us because they hate us. Go Birds, fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, man. Coop don't care about sports. Yeah, he really... You know what's funny? Is my dad is kind of the same way now. I feel like, you know, back in, like, the early days with the Cowboys when they won the Super Bowls, he was probably, like, more of a hyped-up fan. And don't get me wrong, whenever he taught me the game of football watching... Tony Romo, I see my dad get frustrated. I see my dad get frustrated. Not as frustrated as me, though. Because I'm telling you, I was right up at that TV. I was right up at the TV coaching them. And my dad would tell me to sit down. My dad would threaten to send me to my room. And y'all, this was true punishment for me because I didn't have a TV in my room, okay? I didn't have a TV in my room. So if I went to my room, that means I was not watching the game at all. So it was either shut up and sit down or... go to my room where I couldn't see the game at all. But yeah, I mean, I feel like my dad is kind of like how Coop is. My dad really it doesn't really matter. Like, he doesn't get too bent out of shape. It's like, it is what it is, which is kind of what I say, but I feel like I'm a little bit more passionate with it than he is. Not sure if the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl this season, but one thing's for certain, that defense will be vastly improved. I hope, like, this is just another element. People are talking about how great the defense is going to be. I'm not saying all that till I see it. Y'all know my new saying, and don't steal it, y'all. Don't steal my saying, okay? You heard it here first. I'm patenting it. So it's mine. It's gonna be copyrighted, okay? But my new saying is, don't believe it until the cleats hit the turf. You gotta wait till the cleats hit the turf, okay? I mean, I'm not saying anything until I see it. Until I see how they perform, how they do. I'm optimistic. I will say this. I'm optimistic. I think it's great that we brought in Parker. I love switching to a 3-4 defense. Y'all know I'm a fan of it. And I like what they're adding. But I gotta wait to see how it goes. will it be my question is I honestly have not been impressed with our defense since Dan Quinn. So I have it's high expectations for me. What you noting? What are you writing down, Ronnie? You making me nervous. You taking notes over there? I'm watching you on the big screen with my coffin. What is up, Beardman? Good to see you. Let's play Beardman's drop because it's one of my favorites. Shout out to you for being here. Y'all, this drop is such an uplifting drop. You know what? My goal was to be out of here by 7 o'clock. That ain't happening now. Shout out to Beardman. Okay.
Separation from Brian Dawkins. Now the throw up the field takes Witten away from Brian Dawkins. Well designed by Jason Garrett and well executed by the Dallas Cowboys, particularly Jason Witten. First and goal.
Y'all, I'm so scared to say stuff like that. It's things like that I'm scared to say. You said Caleb Downs will be legendary for them boys. That's a bold statement. I'm always skeptical to say things like that until I see them perform, because we all know people say busts happen, and I don't necessarily like injuries. I don't consider them being a bust due to injuries. Like RG3, I don't consider him a bust. I feel like injuries impacted him and that hurt his career to become a bust, but just naturally being a bust, I don't know. But I'm not too inclined to say that he's going to be legendary. Do I hope he does well? Of course. You remember, this one hurts me because I'm an Alabama fan. Roll Tide. But with Trayvon Diggs, whenever he had the career high interceptions and was just, making all these amazing plays, injuries got him. And everybody had 7-11. Now what happened? You have Trayvon Diggs gone. You have Micah Parsons gone. So I'm always scared to say that a player is going to be legendary at the Cowboys. What is up, Nico? Good to see you here. Yeah, smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Appreciate that. Yeah, Nico, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Alright, back to it. We've been trying to watch the last few minutes of this game for a while now. Diggs could have been great, but wasn't willing to put in the work. I disagree with that. Marcus, I disagree with that. I think that he did put in the work. Y'all didn't, I don't know if you keep up with him on social media, but I kept up with him on social media. I seen him putting in the work. I seen him doing the recovery. He was so dedicated. I truly believe this man was so dedicated to having a strong comeback that he even invested his own money into getting a medical team that he wanted. Because, I guess it was in his contract. I don't know how this slipped through the cracks, but I guess it was in his contract that he would lose out on money with the Cowboys if he didn't use their medical staff for his ACL recovery. Well, with his second ACL, he chose to pay for a team of doctors elsewhere. I thought that, he was doing what was best for him, advocating for his health, investing his own money and spending it somewhere where he thought would be great for him and his recovery. I think that was a man highly invested in willing to work and be great. It just didn't work out with the Cowboys. That's all it was. And I don't think the injuries helped. So you had the first ACL injury, and he used Dallas's sports medicine team. And then the second ACL injury, he chose to choose another sports medicine team. I think it was a sports medicine team out in Miami. I mean, it just wasn't going to work. I feel like another thing that was a strain is, a contract issue, because we know how the Joneses are with that. Plus, defensive disagreements whenever they had, what's his name? Why can't I ever remember his name? They had Zimmerman at one point, but what was the other guy? Lubber. I want to call him Lubberflust. Lubberflust. What was his name, y'all? Luberflust? I don't know. Some Fluss. I'm going to call him Luberflust, okay? But, yeah, I feel like it was just too much of a disagreement. Shout out to whoever just subscribed to the channel. Good to have you here. I really appreciate it. But, yeah, I don't know. I liked Trayvon Diggs. I thought he was great. It was just unfortunate circumstances. What's up, Mo? Your average logical thinker. Good to have you in the building. Y'all go subscribe to Mo Perspectives, aka your average logical thinker on YouTube. Thank you, Jesse, for helping me out. Eberfluss. I always want to call him Uberfluss. I don't know why. Y'all know I make up names, but I say Tua Tagovailoa now. I say Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, shout out to you, Linda. You said, I just subscribed, Chelsea. Chelsea, how are ya doing? I am doing great. Good to have you here, Linda. Thank you for joining the Touchdown Tribe. Alright. Let's go, y'all. Let's finish up this play. Thank you, Erroneous, for dropping the link to your average logical thinker. And y'all go subscribe. I told you all before about 3 a.m. Adoptee Voices. Make sure you're subscribed to his channel as well, because he is doing great work over there, bringing awareness to adoption. And it's a topic that everyone, even if you don't have like any how should I say it? Even if you don't know anyone who's been adopted or you've never been adopted yourself, I think it's important to be educated on adoption, because you never know who you're going to come into contact with. And if you're equipped with that information, it could be so beneficial to helping someone who's been adopted, or if someone's considering adoption. If you're equipped with this information, I promise you it will help you. So make sure you're subscribed to 3 a.m. Okay. Oh yeah, and y'all already know, my music producer for the show, I have his, or I did have it. Is it not pinned? I thought it was pinned. But I did have, CDT Beats, my music producer for the show. The beats that you hear in the show are from CDT Beats. I need to repin that link. I thought it was pinned, but let me go back to CDT Beats and repin the link to his channel. Alright, there we go. I dropped the link. Okay, back to it, y'all. Back to it. Oh, it is pinned? Alright, cool. Thank you. I thought it wasn't pinned. It wasn't showing up for me as it was pinned, so I'm glad that it's pinned. Yeah, smash them likes, people. Love the tunes, Chelsea. Thank you. And shout out to CDT Beats, the greatest beat maker in the YouTube streets. He is my music producer. Love it. Alright.
On Sunday second.
There's no doubt the defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped. Second down.
There's clarification. The officials immediately signal tip at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, you'll see Asante Samuel does a real good job here on Taylor Lawrence. Asante loves to peek in the backfield, trying to get an idea of what the quarterback's drop will be. Obviously, when this goes to goal line, it's going to be a very quick drop. But Asante Samuel likes to look back in the backfield. They're doing a real nice job of defending Taylor Lawrence. And the officials are continuing this conversation. The way that ball looked on the replay, such a tight spiral, it didn't come out like it was affected by a deflection. Let's take another peek at this.
Correction. Ball's not tipped. Pass interference. Defense is 22.
They went from the ball being tipped to pass interference real quick. That's crazy.
Good call, Mike. Good call. Yeah. That was near it. I mean, close. Somebody was near it. And it was pass interference.
I don't know. Was that pass interference? I feel like was a ticky-tacky call. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he was just making a play there. Am I tripping? I thought he was just making a play there. Like, I'm having a hard time seeing. I know sometimes they'll throw it if your head's not turned around. But I'm just trying to see where that was pass interference.
Everything I said. Dion Anderson, second-year fullback out of the University of Connecticut. He's in there for Marion Barber behind that big offensive line.
I ain't complaining though, because I mean, it helped the Cowboys, right? I ain't complaining.
Barber.
Not in.
Second and a couple of plays of fake drafts. This is the hardest yard in football. You'll see the Eagles do a really good job at the point of attack, maintaining their equilibrium at the line of
Not in, dang.
scrimmage. And you'll see Barber does not get in the end zone. You know, it's pretty darn close. The question is, you're so close. Do you want
I
to
wouldn't challenge
here
that. You're going to have a hard time. The reason why I wouldn't challenge that play right there, because you're going to have a hard time with those camera angles. What if his knee was down, right? I don't think that's worth challenging. Yeah, they don't challenge. You said access denied, but we weren't denied this time, Jesse. We weren't denied that time. We got it in. Oh, now Marcus, don't go saying that. You said the Cowboys run the NFC East. Marcus, come on now. Don't be saying that. Why? Why would you say that? Hold on. I think I got something.
How? Hold on, bro. How? How you? I'm saying, how? Like, talk to me, bro.
Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me how the Cowboys run the NFC. I really want to know. I'm curious. Did we miss some plays here? Okay, no. I'm just going to go back to where they scored this touchdown.
Garrison and Dallas protects the lead.
Hey, Beerman, thank you for subbing to Mo Perspectives, aka your average logical thinker. Yeah, her channel will not disappoint. Her lives be good. I'm telling you.
Mike, you talked before, earlier in the game, when Tony Romo let the ball loose in the end zone. You talked about the bad Monday night games he's had, and we talked about the gap in May. Since that point, he has rallied this team very, very well. And
Marcus, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I can't even be mad at you. That's just funny. He said because if the Cowboys wasn't in it, that wasn't in the NFC East, it wouldn't be worth watching. I can't even, as a Dallas fan, I can't argue it because I love watching my Cowboys, right? Win or lose, I enjoy watching my Cowboys. I prefer to see them win, but we know how it goes with the Cowboys, as I like to say. I thought, you know what, Marcus? I thought you were going to say because, you know, the history of America's team. I thought you were going to say something like business-wise, how much money they bring in. I thought you were going to say something like that. I just wasn't expecting you to say, because if the Cowboys wasn't in it, the NFC East wouldn't be worth watching. I just wasn't expecting you to say that part.
I'm taking him towards the leading score, probably, but not the last one. Not the last one. This is up tonight. Wow. I think I've said that word a couple times tonight. Wow. This is the biggest wow game you're going to have. Come on. Hold up. Quentin Jensen, he did kick the turn the last time. This one comes to the left side. They kick it to the right. And it's covered better by Gallup. 21. Kevin Durant 10.
Now, I will say with the Cowboys, they were doing good. Like, the Eagles only had really one good return. But the Cowboys, they returned one for like 90, 92 yards. It reminded me of Turpin with the return that they had.
McNabb turnover a moment ago with Brian Westbrook. It's a Philadelphia team that's come into this stadium and had some big wins before.
So
Jeffrey
McNabb
Lurie,
had a
the chairman and
turnover.
CEO of the Philadelphia Eagles since He has taken over this team. He's one of the top 6 records in the NFL. His belief that Andy Reid, he survived a decade as a coach in Philadelphia. It's a wild
Is he
statement.
still?
His belief in Andy-
Is he still the owner? Who's the owner? I know Howie's the GM, right? How do the Cowgirls run it if they haven't been to the Super Bowl since '95? Talk to him, 3 a.m. Talk to him. I'm telling you, and not only that, okay, another thing that we talked about earlier, 3 a.m., is the fact that the Eagles, they're like, it got brought up, well, how can the Eagles do so much talking? Because they didn't do anything. And I'm like, well, the Eagles made it to the NFC championships. The Eagles won a Super Bowl, so I feel like they have a lot to talk about versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys haven't even won a division. I mean, give me something to work with here. If you want me to argue for the Cowboys, I need something. And this is why I said too earlier is I told Erroneous E this earlier. I said, I can't think of a Lions fan that I've heard saying we're going to a Super Bowl every year. I feel like the Lions are a little bit better about that. I have yet to hear a Lions fan say we're going to a Super Bowl. I've heard Lions fans, I think, say we might have a shot. We might, but I have not heard a Lions fan say we are going to a Super Bowl. Marcus living off championships with dust and molding. Erroneous E. Oh man, that was good. Shots fired, y'all. Shots fired. Marcus living off championships with dust and mold on the gold. That was funny. That was funny. See, Marcus, you proved my point. Thank you. Quan, what did you say earlier? Quan, come to the front of the class, okay? Because, Quan, did you not just say that the Cowboy fans, not all of them are saying that we go to a Super Bowl every year? I think Marcus just proved our point. Marcus just proved our point. This is our year. Our year for what? Believe me, y'all. Believe me when I say I would love nothing more. I feel like y'all making me look like I'm a Stephen A on here. I would love nothing more for the Cowboys to make it to a Super Bowl, right? I would love nothing more than to see that, for Jerry Jones to prove me wrong. I just believe it when I see it, right? I just don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna go. What is up, Juice? Good to have you here. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go to your drop, Juice. Because I love Juice's new drop that I have for her.
Everyone wave goodbye to Juice Box! Literally wave! Do it! Here's
Do it, y'all. Wave hello. Wave hello to Juice, y'all.
Okay. Guys.
Shout out to Juice. Good to have you in the building. Y'all go subscribe to Juice Drops Entertainment.
But it's for the fun one to watch. Let him get out of the division and see how the offense is.
Alright, hold on, he said, dang, leave them blanks alone. That was funny. All they talk about on ESPN is the Cowboys. The other teams are irrelevant. I mean, it's like Tony Romo. I've talked about this before. It's like Tony Romo said, and I even have that clip over here. Hold on.
That matters is if you win. I mean, it's funny, but everyone can talk till they're blue in the face, say you can't win a playoff game or you can't do this until you win one. And then what do they say? Well, then there's going to be something else. And then, you know, I mean, what with Eli? Well, is he good enough to win a second Super Bowl? Well, I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, you're just going to keep doing it over and over again. That's sports. That's what makes it fun for people to read, and that's what makes it fun for people to try and win.
They're always going to have something to talk about, no matter what. Of course, do they love talking about the Cowboys? Of course they do, right? That's the sports world. That's how the business works. That's how they get the ratings. That's how they get the views. That's how they bring in the money. Is, talking about all these teams, especially the Cowboys. But that don't mean nothing. Take it with a grain of salt. And I'm telling you, what they say about the Cowboys, it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look for us, okay? It'd be different if we were talking about the Cowboys winning a Super Bowl. But even then, it's like what Tony Romo said. Even if they were to win a Super Bowl, they're still going to have something to say. It's never going to be enough. There's always going to be something that they say could be better. So, just part of it. But, I mean, I can't say nothing till they give me a Super Bowl. Keep the faith. Marcus, you said, Marcus, you said keep the faith. That was good. Okay, Quan, you said majority. Okay. That's fair, Quan. That's fair. Not all of them, but okay. That's fair. But Marcus, that took me out. You said keep the faith. I don't know. Like, I mean, I just know what it is. It's not that I don't have faith. It's just that I know what it is with the Cowboys. Of course I want to see them do good. And do I think that they could be, decent? Yeah, I think Dak Prescott is great. It's just, do I think they'll make it to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I would love that for Dak Prescott, though. Y'all know I would love nothing more than to see Dak Prescott win a Super Bowl. Cowboys wearing mammoth skins as uniforms and coconuts as helmets. Oh, when they last won, Jesse, that was funny. And see, I can't even talk trash to the Giants fans. Like, have the Giants been bad? Was trading Saquon Barkley bad? Yes. But I feel like the Giants are making moves. Like, they got John Harbaugh, great coach. They got Jackson Dart, considered a very highly talented rookie QB. Also, they added a bunch in the draft. Like, I feel like the Giants are, in a good place. I don't know. But I can't talk trash to the Giants fans because even they won a Super Bowl before the Cowboys made it back. Marcus had to throw in, well, Cowboys have won 5 and the Giants have 4. I'm going off recent years. You know the thing that they're always going to throw in your face, though? Well, when's the last time you won that Super Bowl? I would like to win a Super Bowl in my lifetime, okay? I would. And I said this earlier, my entire childhood, my teenage years, my 20s, and now I'm in my 30s. Not one Super Bowl. Not one division championship win. What the heck? What the heck? Alright, let me scroll down. The Cowboys 5 times. Deal with it. Deal with it, y'all. Marcus, I like you, man. You're funny. This is what I respect about Eagles fans. Woo, this is too much for me. It's not even regular season yet, right? Right? Oh, man. Marcus, you're a trip. Marcus, you better get started on Madden to make it happen. One thing Erroneous C is gonna do, man, y'all should fear Erroneous C coming. I'm telling you, cause if you say something, Erroneous C is gonna have the quickest comeback, and it's gonna hit. He gonna throw a punch, y'all. I'm telling you, I would not want to go up against Erroneous E. I ain't how that Derek Strop, where Derek and Ty Pro had to defend me against G Honda because I don't know how to roast. Well, add Erroneous C to the list. I don't want to go up. I ain't doing no roasting battles, y'all, because Erroneous C, you gonna get roasted. That was funny. That was so funny. Oh man, I gotta read it again. Marcus, you better get started on Madden to make that happen. That was so funny. Marcus said, Erroneous got jokes. Yes. I'm telling you, Erroneous C, he got them jokes. And it's going to be in football, or you can go to NBA. It don't matter which one. Erroneous C is going to come with it when it comes to those comebacks. Jesse added fuel to the fire. He said with cheat codes for Jack. Oh man, that's funny. Aaron Laura, what's up? Good to see you here. Let's play Aaron Laura's drop, y'all. And y'all go subscribe to Aaron Laura as well. Man, I got tears in my face, and it's hard to see anything because Erroneous Z made me laugh. And then what Jesse had to say too, that made me laugh even harder because he said the cheat codes. Okay, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. I love that with Aaron Laura.
Great atmosphere here. Second and long coming up. They're killed all over the stadium. Well, there are a lot of Jerry Jones lookalikes, and he hires them to be all over the stadium and sell tickets to the new stadium.
I'm telling you, Tiffany, was that not hilarious? They got lined up.
Second down, Cowboys break 5. Pickens McNabb. Good post pass run by O.J. Smith. The tight end was at third. Pickens are third and a long eight.
Real nice job by McNabb. You don't want to get greedy. Go for all of it. Did a nice job of picking up half yards. Put yourself in a manageable third down situation. Even with all those plays that play calling, kind of looks like anything looking at the play calling. What we're already going with right now. But he got the situation manageable rather than third and 18 and 19. He got third and 8.
Philadelphia has a full complement of timeouts here. Now it's 16 deep. McNabb in the pocket. Off the hands of Westbrook. Fourth down, 3:23 left. It was over 8, but pretty sure they'll punt it here.
I feel like McNabb should have made something happen there. I feel like he had time to throw that. He had receivers open.
One of the few times this evening, Donovan McNabb is inaccurate when he slows. You'll see Donovan let this just get a little bit away from him.
Okay, yeah. See, I thought I was right on that. I was like, yeah, he should have had that one. Yeah.
It's very sharp tonight. He knows he missed one there. But now it's been secured the possession. Turning over that fourth quarter piece, carrying Cowboys. Started to clip the game out of the ground. I did pick a line drive, a big bounce. 50 yards, hackback, 26. Taken for the wall, got a block, but it was in the back, so it'll come back. Philadelphia's cause, making a longer field.
Joining return, illegal block of that. Receiving team, number 54. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, the Ryder Cup on Friday from Louisville, LSU Auburn, a top 10 college football game Saturday. The last game at Yankee Stadium on Sunday night. And a week from tonight, we've got Favre to the Jets in San Diego. A great week.
I was going to do a lot of reading this week, but I guess I'll watch TV.
You'll be watching the Ryder Cup. I'll be watching.
Y'all, can I just say, looking at these graphics and just looking at the quality for the TV coverage, it just makes me feel so old. Thinking that this was my teenage years. Seeing where the Cowboys, like, nothing's changed with the Cowboys. It's a little bit of extra salt to the wound.
Okay, so Philadelphia with that full complement of timeouts. Can they keep the Cowboys in check? It starts with Farber. Bouncing off Quentin Michael. I was saying about that fourth quarter runner that Marion Farber is. He don't have to.
Mike, I don't care how good of a running team you are. This is when you have to run the football.
When you're taken by Philadelphia, they have 2 remaining. 2:57 to go, trying to use them and use the advantage of the 2-minute warning. Jim Johnson trying to find a way to get his defense to come up with a stop.
Well, you'll see them load the box right now in the 2nd and 4 situation. They have to force a Dallas Cowboy punt. You know, my good friend Merrill Hodge and I argue all the time. Points come out of the pass game, and you run the football to win the game. That's pretty much how this game has been played. The question is, will the Philadelphia Eagles get the football back?
Jesse, that's fair. That's fair. He said that's a different perspective on it. Okay, you know what? I get it. Okay. Yeah. Watching the black and whites on TV. I was gonna say a comment, but I ain't gonna say it.
But Mike was explaining that Marion Barber is the best fourth quarter runner in the entire league. He's the number 1 guy. So they're built for this. I mean, I would argue that for years the Philadelphia Eagles were not built for the situation. They did not have a pure running back. Dallas Cowboys built a team with a running back that can handle just what you asked them to do.
And they got a beast in the backfield. They got a big offensive line. You know, they're going to run the football.
Second and 4, Zach Shootout. No gain there. Third down, timeout Philadelphia, 2:52 to go. And now you put a lot of chips on this hand, the third down hand that's about to be dealt. One timeout and of course 2 minute warning left. Just to flush out that point you're making, Tony, with Marion Barber in the fourth quarter last year, 402 yards, 79 rushes, averaged 5 yards a carry.
In the fourth quarter, when you need to control the ball and make first downs.
And a game of big plays and big mistakes as well. So the last one made by Philadelphia may be the difference. But a defensive stop here would give Philly the ball with enough time. Dallas needs to get to the 30 minutes. You got Theo singled up against Asante Samuel down below. Romo the other way for Barber was wide open, but the pressure of the Eagles wouldn't let Romo set to throw it. No punch, and the big thing is it's an incomplete pass, stopping the clock at 2:47, preserving that final timeout.
That was the ball game. Tony Romo had Marion Barber wide open and missed him. Of course there was
Yeah,
pressure.
but Tony Romo is not going to see that, okay? To be fair to Tony Romo in that play, like, he had defenders right at him, so he really didn't have a lot of time.
With a total blitz, that's the gamble Jim Johnson took. He came with the full all-out after the quarterback when he did his face and forced
I
Aaron
wish
throw,
he
and it
could have
worked.
made that pass, right? I wish he could have, had more accuracy on that. But to be fair, like, when you have a defender, I act like I know. I ain't ever strapped on shoulder pads and been in a game in my life, right? But I would have to imagine when you have a player right there at you and you ain't got much time. I mean, you don't got much time to even try to make that. So it could happen to anyone, is all I'm saying.
Ball back with a chance. Got Deshaun Jackson, a great punt returner in college. Only Jackie Robinson had a better Pac-10 punt return average than Jackson. The intensity for 31. And have them go out of bounds. That flag, too, will take the Eagles back close to their own 20-yard line. Is that Dempsey, the good kick returner who was guilty of the flag? Number 39, Philadelphia.
During return, holding, receiving team, number 39. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Philadelphia has a timeout and the 2-minute warning. 2:36. Got a bunch of time here. There's no panic. Let's look at the flag.
Yeah, you'll see the holding right there. That's pretty obvious there. Jersey
See,
went from XL to
I feel like there was a holding call earlier, y'all. Remember the one that I pointed out? I felt like there was a holding call that Dallas, I think, got away with earlier. I mentioned that. But see, on this one, they call that one.
that hold. Jackie Robinson. That's over 60 years ago. He was a four-sport letterman.
Okay, Ron.
All right, here we go. He has 78 yards.
See, that was always my complaint with Tony Romo. And you know what's funny is early, like from the start, the guy was bragging, one of the commentators was bragging on Tony Romo, saying that he got the ball out quickly. And I was like, well, am I tripping? Because I don't ever remember him. I feel like that was one struggle that Tony Romo always had throughout his career, is he didn't know when to give up on plays. And he wouldn't throw it away, and sometimes he would hold on to the ball too long. Don't get me wrong. I thought, there were some cases where he held on to the ball too long, but was able to Houdini his way out of it and make plays out of it. But, yeah. It's always been one thing that I thought was a setback for him.
Very similar to what Eli Manning had to do in the Super Bowl a year ago. And he take his team down the field because a field goal, but no good. The Eagles have to score a touchdown. McNabb's first throw to the sideline, incomplete. Greg Lewis unable to obtain possession before going out of bounds. Second down.
What I found very interesting on that from a defensive perspective, the Dallas Cowboys, they saw Anthony Henry a corner on a blitz. They came with pressure in that situation, but it was a safe blitz. They still kept the safety in center field. You'll see it right here. Donovan McNabb sets quickly. You see Anthony Henry bottom screen on the left side, coming with the blitz. Greg Lewis did not have control, went out of bounds.
Gotta get that.
Not make it.
Sean Jackson and Jason about the sleep. McNabb sets up, takes off.
Man, great play. He escaped the pocket, made a play out of that, got a first down. He, Dallas, they had defenders. Dallas defenders, they needed to get that. They needed to get McNabb down, but couldn't get him. He was too quick.
Let's see what it might be. I think he did start to slide. Now we'll see if they get one more play before the 2-minute warning. I don't think so. It's big plays. Third down and 1 is 4 down territory. Yeah, they already got it in.
Hey, there we go. Dallas won this.
Well, it was a designed hook and lateral. It just didn't get enough yards. Really.
It had a hook. It didn't have enough ladder. It needed more rungs on the ladder, Jaws. That was designed.
It was designed. You'll see it right here. Donovan's going to throw the hook right there. Now here comes a lateral. There's another lateral. But the Cowboys defense did a terrific job of staying disciplined. They didn't attack Jackson. They didn't attack Basket because they knew the third lateral was going to Brian Westbrook. Here's Jerry. After giving up the lateral.
Good old Jerry Jones.
And they helped them with the Romo mistake. The Dallas defense shifted here in the second half, had only 7 points allowed.
This game had absolutely everything. Had long
Alright,
balls.
there we go. There's the last play of the game. Back on me. Let's see what y'all are saying. Yeah, wrong game. Yeah. Yeah, you had the wrong game. Pass rush damaged Bledsoe and Dallas. He got beat on, and it's why he was never the same. He kept getting hit 24/7. Yeah, that's what happens when you ain't got the pieces, like I said earlier. It's always something with the Cowboys. I mean, I can't speak too much on Bledsoe because I don't remember him as well as I remember growing up with watching Tony Romo, but maybe I should go back and watch some Bledsoe. I feel like Bledsoe, he just wasn't ever that QB. Bledsoe was in Buffalo for 3 years. He was backup material. Okay, see, erroneous. See, yeah. I thought maybe that was the case. He was backup material by the time he got to Dallas. That's how Romo got the job. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that too. I think it was like a similar situation with like they brought him in to develop Romo, right? I think that's more of what it was looking back on that situation. And it paid off. I think it paid off in the end because Romo, turned out to be a decent QB. I said decent. I didn't say he's the greatest thing ever, okay? Don't attack me for that. All right, y'all. We covered the opening motivational video. I did the national anthem, the Touchdown Tribe national anthem. I remembered to do that today. Then we covered the George Pickens updates, where all the former football players who are now analysts, like AJ Hawk, Pat McAfee, Darius Butler, TJ from Speakeasy, they're all saying that they think, of course, he had to sign the franchise tag to even be eligible for a trade, but they do ultimately think that Jerry Jones will get an offer that he can't refuse and that Pickens will be traded. We will see if that happens. Do I hope that Pickens gets traded? Yes, because I want to see Jerry Jones get what he deserves. I do. Actually, I say get what he deserves, but it's really not even that. It's like it's what Jerry Jones loves anyhow. So what does it even matter? But we covered the Pickens update. I rewatched the game with Dallas Cowboys versus Eagles, and it was a 2008 game. I think that was week 2. And Dallas ended up winning that. I'll watch some more games. Maybe y'all can give me some thoughts on which games you would want me to rewatch and cover. If I can find it, I'll try to get the content for you, and we can rewatch whatever game y'all are interested in. It doesn't have to be the Cowboys. But since I have a lot of Eagles fans in my chat, and I have picked up some Cowboy fans, I don't mind watching the rivalry with that. But we can watch. I know that I have Giants fans in here as well with Jesse, so I don't mind watching like maybe a Cowboys Giants game. Quincy Carter had his chance. They let him go because Romo was outperforming him also. Let's see, what are you talking about? Bledsoe was what Russell Wilson is now. Yes, that's a great reference. Bledsoe wasn't backup material. I can't really speak too much on it because, like I said, I don't remember Bledsoe, but from what I've heard, from what I've gathered, I would have to say that Bledsoe was, in fact, backup material. Because didn't he ended up getting benched anyways, and then he went on to the Patriots, right? And did he sit under Tom Brady? I can't even remember now. He was just too slow to scramble away with that bad pass blocking. Yeah, I agree with what you said here, RNC. Quincy Carter had his chance. They let him go because Romo was outperforming him. And that's what they've all said. They said that Romo was outperforming him. Now, he did have a bad game. Romo did. You got to think it was rocky at the first start. When Romo first started, it wasn't good. It wasn't hot. But he really picked up on it and showed he can be the starter. All right. All right, y'all. We're going to close it out with a motivational video, and then I am going to be out of here. But I hope you all enjoyed it.
Stop comparing yourself to other people. Compare yourself to you. Be the best you could possibly be. And that's all you need to focus on. Be the best you could possibly be. I don't give a damn what they got going on. I don't give a damn what they got in the driveway. I don't give a damn what you pulling up to. I don't give a damn what you got around your neck or on your feet. Be the best you that you could possibly be. That's all God asks.
Yeah, I really like that message. That really hit home for me earlier when I played this at the start of the show. But just, be the best you that you can be. That's all that you can do at the end of the day. And don't compare yourself to others. Focus on what you can control and what you can do to be better. I feel like I was doing that today. I was doing a little bit of, I started to do a little bit of comparison and just questioning things as I typically do. But I'm glad I corrected it, and I'm glad I played this video because it really helped reframe my mindset. Nobody talks about the constant, internal self-motivation you have to reframe your mindset from being, negative about a situation to being positive. Nobody talks about how difficult that is. It's a challenge every second of every day, I'm telling you. Let's see what you said. Oh, y'all are still talking about are y'all still talking about Bledsoe? He got injured, but he went to SB, just had the bad end of career. Have you looked at what he did in his last season starting for Buffalo? All the answers are there. All right, y'all. We'll debate Bledsoe. Maybe we should have a Bledsoe debate. I didn't think I would talk about Bledsoe ever, to be honest with you, but maybe we'll talk about him in the next show. But I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I will catch you in the next one, Touchdown Tribe. Bye, guys.
We let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last night we let the liquor talk, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. I know that last